Senate. I don't see why she is so... she presided over the case of Donald J. Trump versus the United States of America.
Oh.
Ordering the U.S. government to pause using material seized from President Trump's private club and residence. I don't know if that's famous enough to say yes, that Eileen Cannon.
So a new study out there suggests that exposure to hydrogen sulfide, a gas naturally produced by the human body and released during flatulence, could help protect the brain against Alzheimer's disease.
Oh.
Researchers at Johns Hopkins Medicine found that hydrogen sulfide may shield against aging brain cells, key driver of the cognitive decline, Alzheimer's disease, diagnosed in roughly 500,000 new patients each year in the United States. I don't know about you guys. Seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse.
What is?
The Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. I thought you were talking about the smell of farts.
I'm talking about around the country. Like, you talk to somebody, hey, how are your parents doing? Well, it's like at least one is suffering from it.
Well, I think that part of that is because the testing changed. There's more awareness about it, so more people make it on the scales. They're able to get treatments for it and such.
That's definitely the case. Yeah. I mean, there was a time we probably just called it old age, and it really was right. Alzheimer's.
Now, the findings were published, the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, and focus on how declining levels of hydrogen sulfide may contribute to neurological damage over time. Now, according to the research team, hydrogen sulfide plays a role in regulating cellular signaling in the brain as people age. Body's ability to produce the compound decreases, potentially leaving neurons more vulnerable to damage. To test the effects, researchers used genetically modified mice designed to mimic the disease in humans. The mice were treated with a hydrogen sulfide releasing compound known as NAGYY, which slowly distributes the gas throughout the body. After 12 weeks of treatment, the mice underwent a series of cognitive and motor tests, and the tested group treated showed a 50% improvement in both memory and physical function.
So I was reading something that was common that I like that was supposed to reduce Alzheimer's.
Well, I was going to tell you that there's...
No, it's not Diet Coke. I wish it was.
There's a study out there right now being done on the shingles vaccination, on how it, one of the side effects is that it is helping slow the causes of dementia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it makes it worse.
No, one of the positive side effects of the shingles vaccine. They're launching a study because there have been some signs that the shingles vaccination may also help slow the effects of dementia.
Was it dessert after lunch?
I can't remember, Lance. I can't remember the last time I've done that, but it stuck with you. I do love dessert, though.
Interesting story
Was it walking into a movie without paying?
You hate dogs. I'm just going to do all this.
We got a final story right here on dogs.
Let's sing the hits.
Let's see if you write Charlie off now.
Okay.
New York attorney has filed a federal lawsuit against the IRS, arguing that her pet dog should qualify as a legal dependent and be eligible for tax benefits typically reserved for humans. Amanda Reynolds and her 8-year-old golden retriever, Finnegan Mary Reynolds, filed a lawsuit in the Eastern District of New York claiming that the dog meets every functional requirement of a dependent under current IRS rules.
The best summer nights of your life. How many of those were in a great t-shirt? Visit nextround.store to get the perfect t-shirt for the next perfect southern night. Nextround.store. The memories are waiting.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
You know what, D? I hate being on this highway with all these 18-wheelers. I don't know what I'd do if I got in an accident with one.
First, call 911 to report the accident, and then hit up the gators of the litigation situation. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. Because accidents with 18-wheelers, delivery truck, and construction vehicles are complicated. Call 1-800-229-7989 or hit them up at Shannara.com. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. We go deeper. We fight harder. We win bigger. Call me out.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, we're going to get to a lot of stuff on the show today because these guys have worked it out where I'm going to be in Oklahoma tomorrow morning on the show. So 24 hours from now, I'll be somewhere in Oklahoma, hopefully outside of, what do they call it, the Palace on the Prairie?
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, the Palace is what they call that stadium. I've never understood that.
It's not a palace. It's nice.
Seem to be. Yeah.
It's kind of small for that program.
But it's been remodeled and added on to since the last. You haven't been there since.
No, I have not. They were doing the renovations then. So,
they were.
Yeah, and so that was over 20 years ago. So, I mean, we say it was newly renovated. It was renovated 20 years ago. It was newly renovated for us.
Yeah, for me, since the last time I was there in 2002. So we'll be there on game day tomorrow because today's the eve. I'm going to forget the games tomorrow night. You guys will have to remind me on the show tomorrow. Yeah. Don't go back to your hotel and take a nap. Stay there in Norman. Because it's game day.
Are you just going to stay all day in Norman? That game they kicked till 7.
I don't know. I may stay in Bricktown and do the show from Bricktown. We'll play that by ear.
We'll figure that out.
So I don't know if Brooks in the back room was able to find this. Is this the first Friday night game in Alabama football history?
Ooh, interesting. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it was an odd one at the Crampton Bowl or at Ladd Stadium in Mobile. They used to play those weird games, but I don't know.
Well, and I also don't know if you consider these night games or not, but the Iron Bowl was on Friday in 2009 and 10.
It was a Black Friday. You remember that?
Yeah. Never mind.
Darn it.
Out the window. Because I was thinking Aloha Bowl in 85.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that was on a Friday night.
And then bowl games over the years, January 1st or December 31st would have fallen on Fridays occasionally.
I will say, Lance, Alabama is 2-0 in the college football playoff on Fridays.
Oh,
interesting.
That's a trend in England.
Yeah.
That's a
Cincinnati and Notre Dame.
Ooh, they played really well.
They play a lot of Friday games.
They really have recently, in fact. Yeah, I'd forgotten that 09 Iron Bowl, the Tiger Woods game.
And the 10 game, actually.
Was on Black Friday.
Oh, I loved it. You know why?
Because
we didn't have to do a Black Friday show.
Right. No, we were on Jocks, and they were like, nope, we got the game. Y'all are off that day.
Hey, and then you get to watch all the rivalry games on Saturday.
Yeah.
I think the next question is for your research, Brooks, after you do the other 16 things that you've got to do before 10:30. Have they ever lost on Friday? You're throwing out
Auburn 2010.
That was a Black Friday?
That was a Black Friday game?
It was.
Correct. Both years were Black Friday.
I know you've said that several times. I just don't remember that being a Black Friday game.
Last time they lost in the postseason on a Friday, Utah in the 2008 Sugar Bowl.
Oh, that sucked too.
Yeah.
That sucked too.
That was a meaningless Sugar Bowl.
Wow. Okay, we'll get to Alabama in just a second and some fresh sound from Kalen DeBoer and everything going on. Yesterday, a great time with Company Distilling at Odie's as LT started a afternoon of sipping on a cocktail. The folks at Company Distilling and Odie's there. What was it like with Company Distilling?
It was a lot of fun. We had both the maple and the apple variations of Company Distilling out, and we were doing some sampling out there. Look at that. Tyler's got him a bottle right there, signed by the master distiller, Jeff Arnett. I think Brooks has got him a bottle back there. Very good product, and we had a good time yesterday at Odie's. But look, if you're looking for a stocking stuffer, the price point on this is incredible. It's $39.99. You can get it right now at ABC stores. Ask for it by name if they don't have it. Tell them to get it. You can go to companydistilling.com/Alabama for more information.
Good-looking bottle right there. While we're talking bourbon, Bama and Bourbon just recorded. It'll drop right after the show. Aaron Suttles with his thoughts on Alabama football and everything going on there. Interesting news there in Bama and Bourbon that you will catch right when our show is done. It'll drop just after 12 today on our platforms. Make sure you like and subscribe there.
So if I'm a little shaky, I just had 100 proof. Woo! I had me a nice double pour of 100 proof.
What a way to start the morning.
A double pour.
Double pour, double proof.
Well, we typically do double pours on there.
Boy, double pour, double proof is a really good country song. Nobody's ever done that one.
How do you know? Brooks, will you check?
Country song or not? Country song or not?
I'll write it and break for you.
Yeah, double pour of double proof. And then you've got to tie it into you're actually talking about a woman. She's the double pour of double proof. You're not talking about the glass of bourbon.
Yeah.
There's your country song.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm going to head to the golf course.
Yeah. Or the Floribama. Isn't it Riders Weekend or something always down there?
She's a double pour of double proof. I think I got one.
Got me sideways again.
I don't know what time
double proof.
you're flying out. Suttles and the team are flying out at 2:00 today.
Oh, you are too, Jim. Y'all are going to race.
Not together.
My buddy Kerry that we saw at Odie's last night, he's flying out tomorrow. But I haven't talked to a lot of people going to this game. I know there wasn't a lot of allotment.
It's 2,000, I was told last night, not 200. I think maybe were we wrong about that? It was 2,000.
I was told 200, but then I was told 2,000 last night.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I will find out.
2,000 seems more realistic.
Yeah, but by standards, that is small because you get, I don't know, that may be what the SEC requires. I forget what that number is.
Yeah.
I thought it was a percentage of the stadium that you get, but I guess not. In each an SEC mandated rule. That doesn't apply here, but it's a small number. I was going to say in all postseason for Alabama, this will be the least number of Alabama fans in the stadium for any postseason game Alabama has ever played in history.
Friday night or not.
Yeah, you're right. I
agree.
mean, this will probably be the truest road game Alabama's ever played in the history of their. And that's crazy when you think about that.
It really is. But while we're on that, we were talking to someone at Odie's that is flying to the game, and he made this point that I had not really thought of, is that if Alabama can somehow survive this thing and get to Atlanta, that'll be an Alabama home game.
So they got to win here and in Pasadena.
Yeah, that's right.
Where there'll be more Indiana fans.
100%. That'll feel like a road game.
Yeah, because you know what Indiana fans are doing right now?
Well, they're buying up them Rose Bowl tickets.
They've been buying Rose Bowl tickets.
Yeah.
You know what Alabama hasn't even thought about yet? Buying a Rose Bowl ticket.
And there's a bunch of Alabama fans that are, I'm going to sit that one out and see if they can make it back to Atlanta. If they make it back to Atlanta, I'll ride over there for that, but I ain't going to California.
Yeah, that seems like a steep mountain to climb based on the Alabama team we've seen.
I don't
but you're
disagree
right.
at all with you, but that'll be a
playing
home game.
Texas Tech or Oregon in Atlanta.
Because you know what a Texas Tech or Oregon fan's going to say? That is a haul to get to Atlanta, and then I've
already been to 2 games.
That's right, and I got to turn right around and go to Miami after that. If we win, I'm going to hold and go to Miami. Yep. That'll be an Alabama home game if they can manage to get to Atlanta. Now,
Plus, the fan base will be fired up. They won 2 games. They're just 2 away from a national.
I know.
Isn't that horrible?
No, but
they won 2 postseason games, including the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
They just need 2 more wins now to be national champions.
Yeah, that's what's crazy, and we're talking about expanding this playoff. So doing Bama and Bourbon, we were just talking about the fact that SEC's going to 9 conference games. You've still got to play a Power 4 outside of that. And then if you're fortunate enough to get to the postseason, the playoffs, you've got to win against top 10 team, top 10 team, top 10 team.
And if we expand, it's going to be 4 of those. To your point, it's going to be 4 games against the best opponents just about you've played all year.
Yeah. So for TNR Clips here, YouTube channel, new.
Go subscribe.
Follow and subscribe, like, thumbs up. So for the TNR Clips today, I'll ask this. We've always said toughest national championship to win men's basketball tournament. As we move forward, does football take over that now?
If it moves to 16 teams, I think it does.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the path to even get to it. It's so much easier to get to the tournament in college basketball.
And oftentimes that first round game, if you're really good, national championship, it's a gimme.
Yeah, if you're
now Oregon would say the same.
Yeah, but then it gets really hard. Then it gets really hard after that.
Yeah, even a 1 versus an 8-9.
Yeah.
But think about, I mean, if you go to 16 teams, this could still be an 8-9 matchup. An Alabama-Oklahoma type game is an 8-9 matchup. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, that's your first game
in
the playoffs.
And the attrition of just the sport itself compared to basketball. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just imagine if you're in a 16-team playoff and we just seed it 1 through 16 like you should, okay? You got me now?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're, let's assume one group of 5 is in, they're going to be the 16. So if you're 1 seed Indiana, you're going to get Tulane.
Right.
I mean, not terrible, but, I mean, that's a game you should win, right?
You should.
Yeah, you should.
I actually like Tulane's chances against Indiana better than against Ole Miss.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
I can't believe people still don't believe in Indiana.
Hey, we'll do our bracket later on. We'll fill out a bracket later on the show today. But don't go anywhere. It's a big show.
My point was going to be 2-seed Ohio State gets 15-seed Utah. I mean, a game Ohio State should win at home. 3-seed Georgia, 14-seed Vanderbilt.
Yeah, now we're getting interesting.
I mean, listen how tough this gets really, really quickly. 4-seed Texas Tech, they get Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, that gets difficult
that would
in
be
a
quite
hurry.
a game.
Yep.
I mean, that gets difficult in a real big hurry.
I wrote this down. This is what we should be having this weekend if we did not have to be politically correct. I can't believe I'm the one saying about politically correct.
Where's Clay?
We should have Texas playing at Oregon and Notre Dame playing at Ole Miss this weekend.
Instead of the group of fives?
Our 4 games this weekend should be Alabama at Oklahoma, Miami at Texas A&M, Notre Dame at Ole Miss, and Texas at Oregon.
Sign me up.
How exciting.
That should be our playoffs.
Yeah, I would treat it like a storm weekend, like a blizzard was coming in.
We're going to get a snow.
Yeah, you ain't going to see me. I'm getting my supplies, and I'm diving in, and I'm not leaving.
I'll say that again for you, because that's
that
what it
would
should
be
be.
incredible.
Yeah, that's what it should be. On campus this weekend, it should be Friday night, Alabama at Oklahoma. And then Saturday morning, first game, they probably would have stuck with the Miami-Texas A&M game. I think they would go Texas-Oregon in the middle of the day and Notre Dame-Ole Miss in prime time. That should be our weekend.
I mean, look, I don't disagree with you. Now, in a 16-team playoff, that weekend would have been last weekend, because this weekend you're going to start dealing with the NFL, and that's always going to be an issue for the college football playoff. But I agree with you. I mean, that's the games, that's the matchups we should have. But instead, we've shoehorned these group of fives in there, and it's,
So my buddy Scott that was in from Company Distilling last night was asking, what do you think the number will be as far as viewership for Alabama-Oklahoma, standalone Friday night game?
It should be massive.
I said the only problem is holiday season. There's a lot of holiday parties. Like, what kind of credit do you get when people are watching all together for a game?
Well, you don't. You get one TV. The most viewed game was Ohio State-Michigan, right? 16-ish million, I think, Jim, off the top of my head on that one.
Will it beat that?
And second was Ohio State, Texas.
I think it'll beat that.
16 million?
Yeah.
No, it will not.
What else is on?
Nothing. Christmas parties.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be. Let's take a guess. I'll go 14-8.
All right, can I just real quick before you make your guess? Let me quickly rewind. Ohio State, Michigan got 18.4 million.
Yep.
18.4 million for Ohio State, Michigan.
16.2 for Texas, Ohio State at the beginning of the year, I think.
For some reason, I can't find the conference championship games, but
yeah, I think this is going to be a big number. Now, the problem is these two teams can put you to sleep. Yeah, that's another factor.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm going to say it knocks on the door of the 18 mil.
I'm going to say 14.
I mean, it's a standalone. We're a football nation.
It's the second biggest sport right now in America.
Yeah, and it's a standalone football game. If it's a good game, I think it could surpass the 18 million.
Give me an over-under number. And
can I give you a good game over-under number?
Just you set the line, and let me make a bet here.
Ohio State,
we know
Michigan.
how good I am at this.
I know. Can you do a commercial? Let me find championship game.
Oh, we need to do a lot of commercials.
Okay, we'll do them.
Including our friends at Crane U. This opportunity, I didn't, when they told me, hey, we got a new sponsor, we're going out to Crane U, I was like, Crane U? What is Crane U? And the more I learn about this,
you want to be a crane operator.
Well, the amount of buildings going on in America, just Nashville, Birmingham, Atlanta, the number of cranes out there, and you want to change careers or, enhance your resume to be a crane operator, other big machinery. If you're like me, you're like, how do you learn how to do that? Well, Crane U is it. It's an amazing thing that I wish I'd have thought of.
Hey, and these guys make a great living. Get the crane training you need today. If you're looking for a new career or need further training to advance your current one, our friends at Crane U offer comprehensive, state-of-the-art, fully stocked training facilities for mobile cranes, overhead lifts, or forklift training. If you want to use your own equipment, not a big deal. The team at Crane U will come to you on-site, on-location training offered nationwide. Make your job easier and your job site safer. Crane U also offers certification, safety inspections to ensure the safest environment possible. Classes available monthly, so call or visit our friends at Crane U. You can call 855-CRANE-U. Visit them online, craneu.com. Mention Next Round when you talk to Nicole and Scott and Francis and everybody there. 10% off from our friends at Crane U when you mention the Next Round.
And then Greg from Pell City likes it when I do a transition here. So Greg doesn't need a crane to get on top of your roof. He climbs a ladder to get up there. A free no-cost roof inspection, 205-542-3531. 542-3531. Look him up on Facebook, Greg from Pell City, or you can go to their website, stormrestorationroofing.com. That's his beautiful wife, Andrea, in the middle of the two good-looking guys at the bottom left picture there. Locally owned for over 20 years. They've got this program now. It's called a soft wash. Your roof maybe isn't that old, but you're like, God, it looks old. It's not that old, but it looks old. Well, that's because of the staining that you don't even have to be under trees in the South to get the staining because of the sun. Greg's got this soft wash program now that can actually make your roof look newer or brand new again, and it can actually add some life to your roof up there. Get more details by calling Greg up. Get that free no-cost roof inspection. And he can do storm repairs, roof replacement, and he's so good with insurance providers. Check him out, 205-542-3531. Brownie, did you have breaking news or something?
No. I found the numbers. Big Ten championship game. All right, so Ohio State, Michigan, $18.4 million. Big Ten championship game, which was an excellent game. Indiana, Ohio State, $18.3 million on Fox. The SEC championship game, which was one of the more boring games I've attended. I can't imagine how it was on TV. I mean, unless you're a Georgia fan, but we're talking about a national audience here. That drew $16.9 million. That was a terrible football game.
Terrible game.
So I would say, Jim, your over-under is $17.5 million. $17.5 million is my over-under. Anything over that would approach the Big Ten championship and Ohio State, Michigan.
So you're setting the number at 17.5.
17.5 million.
I will take under.
Under?
Yeah. I think I'll go over.
I'll put
Georgia, Bama at $16.9 million.
I'll take the under 17.5, and I will. I'll put a nice Diet Coke on it.
Diet Coke on it. You would take the over with me?
Yeah, I think I would lean the over.
I just don't know what you think people are going to watch tomorrow night.
Hey, by the way, Cory Reamer's on the show today, and he's coming up in this segment, I'm told. I'm told that just now. It's like a pleasant surprise. You texted last night.
Actually, you were told that last night.
I know. I was busy last night, but that's really cool. Cory Reamer, I love him, and he's going to be on the show this segment.
Cory is a good guy.
Yeah. So I can't wait to hear from Cory coming up here in just a moment.
You didn't look at that text last night, did you?
Not one time.
Orlovsky at 11:15.
Okay, so that's our guest. I had built a show with guest free.
That's right. That was yesterday.
I had planned on having no guests today. That's how big the show is today.
Okay. Well, good. Leave some up for tomorrow when you're at Bricktown, so me and Lance can have some.
Lanceslock.com. Before you tell us about that, last night ODU beat South Florida 24-10, and Delaware beat Louisiana 20-13. You had said you were going to play Delaware because of something we'd said on the show.
No, I'd already played them.
You already played Delaware?
Yeah, I'd already played them.
So you got to win there.
I got to win. We were 4-0 last night.
Off of a 9-0 weekend?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've absolutely, it's been, knock on wood, our best year percentage-wise. I mean, we are absolutely killing the NFL.
So just historically speaking, before you get into this, Missouri State, Arkansas State tonight, by the way. There was 1 year before you entered that contest in Las Vegas that I always pictured to be your best year ever. And then you entered a contest in Vegas, and it was a hard year for everybody.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, but that year before that, before you entered that competition in Vegas, I always pictured that, since I've known you, as your best year.
No,
are we, in football, are we close to that? Are we better than that?
We've bested that.
Wow.
Yeah,
what a year.
It has been, but again, we've got to stick the landing. So bowl season, we've got a bowl package out right now.
Not really. I count you off for the Super Bowl already, so I fade you for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's fine. You should. I did hit last Super Bowl, though, because we did have the Eagles. Yeah. But, we'll have a play on Rams Seahawks tonight. We've got that bowl game also. Again, jump on board with us, win with us. We are killing it right now. We've got a bowl package. We're 2-1 in the bowls right now. We're coming off a 7-0 week in the NFL, our first ever completely perfect week from Thursday through Monday. Jump on board, free play every single day at lanceslog.com. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling, any of those issues arise in your home or business. They are ready to serve you. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
By the way, I got a text last night from friend of the show, former Alabama, Will Lowry. Hey, Tyler, Cory Reamer says he does not see the link. If you could maybe send him another one. Will Lowry. And he sends me a screenshot of him watching the show, and he's like, "Hey, boys."
He's so good. He's such a good broadcaster.
He goes, "Ease up on 68 Ventures. I work for them."
Yeah.
I got the rundown. Did you get it?
Yeah, he told me what it is.
Yeah,
it's
I got
a
it too yesterday.
private equity and real estate development company that's based right there in the Bay Area, in the Mobile Bay Area. So it's a community giving back. are they giving back to their community, supporting the bowl game there? And he's like, I work for them, great guys.
Layoff.
Did we not say anything negative?
No, I just said I didn't know what it was. And he's like, hey, lay off 68 Ventures. That's the company I work for. So our buddy Will Lowry works for them. So apologies to 68 Ventures. I should know more.
Will, you know what 68 Ventures needs? A little spot here on the next round.
That's right.
Commercial.
We can help everyone to
That's
learn.
right.
A little
about
community
it.
awareness is what you need. A little community awareness ad. Okay, Cory Reamer in just, he's a link away from joining us here. Tonight you get Missouri State, Arkansas State, 8 o'clock ESPN2 playing in Frisco. But we're going to be talking Alabama, Oklahoma here in just a second. One thing to keep in mind is the progression of Josh Cuevas in this game and how important and healthy he's going to be. Kalen DeBoer talked about that yesterday, and Cuevas is trying to get out there. He continues to improve as we get closer and closer to game time. But how much he can do, from what I'm told, and how impactful he can be will be really literally a game time decision when he gets out there and he tries to, do it on game night. And because you know how these things are. You have a good day working them out, and the next day it comes up a little tender.
Yep.
Right? And so you sort of almost take a step back. So we'll see where Josh is, but he's going to give it a go.
And look, game high, 80 receiving yards in the November 15th matchup against Oklahoma. We all know, watching Alabama for the entirety of the season, that is their second go-to guy.
Yeah, I think when Alabama fans saw him listed as questionable, they were hoping it was a little better than game time decision.
Yep.
Because that was questionable on, what day was that? I've lost track. Monday or Tuesday, whenever the first injury report hit. I think they were like, well,
game time decision's my words now.
Okay,
That's not
I
the official.
know, but if it is in fact a game time decision, let me put it that way. If it is in fact game time decision for him, I think you had hoped it was a little more advanced than that.
Yeah, he's going to go. I guess game time decision on how impactful he can be is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
He's going to play.
Yeah,
he's going to play. How good can he play, and how impactful he's going to be. I think Parker Brailsford is the Cuevas is huge. I think he's the closer to 100% guy to watch the most in this game, because preventing the pressure up the middle right in Ty's face, huge in this game.
Look, they gave up 4 sacks in this game back in November. He's been sacked at least 3+ times in 3 consecutive games. I mean, you get pressure, and the pressure leads to some of the bad decisions, obviously, Ty's made this year.
Yeah, and I think he can. Ty's such a smart quarterback. He can adjust to the pressure coming off the edge. You almost expect it at this point. But it's that pressure up the middle that at any level of football impacts you the most. And Ty's so good at climbing the pocket. And Brailsford being so good at that center position. And then Formby, since he's moved over there, securing that center pocket, especially in this game, is going to be so huge. So as much as I'll be watching Cuevas in warm-ups, Parker Brailsford may be the key injury to keep an eye on, and how close that ankle is for him at being 100%. So limited in that Georgia game.
Yeah, this is what – just imagine. They weren't close to beating Georgia, but this is why that game was so important. Can you imagine if Alabama was sitting where Georgia is sitting and getting another basically, 10 days off?
Yeah, and I think that's why you don't rest Parker Brailsford in that game. You're trying to win that game.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
You can rest Parker Brailsford for a month. Yeah,
right.
Not for 2 weeks or a week and a half or whatever it is.
That's right. As you see the Alabama workouts happening this week as they prepare back in the playoffs. Show today being brought to you by our friends at Odie's last night, Edgewood, and then trivia. What was the question last night?
Oh, let's see if Dunaway can answer this one. Do you like the movie Christmas Vacation?
That is with Chevy Chase. Yes, I do.
Okay. What came first, Christmas Vacation or Taylor Swift?
I
know you know her birthday and.
Well, I don't.
You know the year, don't you?
The minute she was born.
No, I know 13 was a big number for her because she was.
Dunaway, there's an album named after the year she was
born.
born.
1989.
Okay, so you knew the year at least. Yeah, okay.
So 13 is a big number for her. 89. I think Christmas Vacation was 86. So I'm going to say Christmas Vacation came first.
So Christmas Vacation did come first, but it was December 1st of 1989. Taylor Swift born December 13th, 1989. So within 2 weeks Pretty close. Little factoids you learn at Odie's Team Trivia. We had a great crowd out last night. People celebrating the holidays. If you're looking for a place to watch the Rams and the Seahawks tonight, bowl action, you can do it at Odie's Tavern. Enjoy the great food from Rodney Davis. We were at both locations last night. Edgewood from 4 to 6, and then from 8 o'clock until we were at the original location in Crestline. Great food from Rodney Davis, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light, live music tonight and tomorrow night. Get in and see Will Haber and that great staff. Birmingham Institution, it's Odie's Tavern.
And before we go to Cory Reamer here, thank you to Champy's Chicken. They bring you the final hour of the show, so don't get confused. This is still the first hour. But I was down at Champy's Chicken last night because I told you guys, Mom, what do you want for your birthday? She asked me. And I said, I'd love a gift certificate to Champy's Chicken. So we go to Champy's Chicken last night to have a little birthday cake. And there's Mom and me yesterday afternoon enjoying a little Champy's Chicken and some of their wonderful in-house made caramel cake. So appreciate the fine folks, Sterling and the crew down at Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go by there and see them and more. Megan there behind the bar. And there's Mom, everyone.
That caramel cake's good, too.
It is.
Your mom looks great. She's doing
got
well.
the key lime pie. She is doing well, guys.
Good.
It's been obviously a
tough year for her. Yeah, I know.
But it's hard to believe she's got a kid as old as me. And she, does Cory know we're going to him now, not a commercial break?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He's working on his microphone.
Okay, so as soon as he's pop up, we'll get to Cory Reamer. That's called an audible, Cory. As soon as you pop it up, we'll go to you. But I'll keep talking until then. As soon as I sat down, a guy named, I think, Rich Ingram is sitting there with his wife enjoying Champy's Chicken. Mom's not there yet. And he says, hey, I hate to bother you, but I love the show. I listen every day. And he goes, tell Brown he lost some fans today because we're dog people. And Lance, who's usually a little rougher on the edges, he said, won me over today because I'm a dog person too, like Lance is. And so that was his starting point.
Rough around the
yeah. And then
let this guy tap you on the shoulder in Alabaster. Lance a little rough around the edges.
So then he goes, your dad coached me in All-Stars in 1969 or 70. I can't remember which year. And your mom was a coach too. And then he went on to tell a great story. And then Mom comes walking in. And as she walks up, he starts to tell her the story, and he goes, you guys coached me, your husband and you coached me in 12-year-old All-Stars. I played at Montevallo, and we combined the years, and she's like, Ingram. And she remembered his last name. And then he started to tell a story about, it was a funny story about.
James Sr. gave him his first pack of cigarettes.
The 12-year-old, I forget the kid's name that he told me, the 12-year-old who hit a home run on the team, and that Mom would get so excited when they hit a home run and would give them a big hug. And they're 12-year-old boys, and Mom, who had me at 15, at that year would have been around 21. And she says, our height and your mom's height, she's hugging us and right in her bosom, if you don't mind me saying. And
wow.
I was like, that's fine, I understand.
What a lunch.
And he said, the kid would get so red-faced, blushing every time he'd hit a home run when Mom would hug him. And I said, well, Mom, being a college-age girl at that point, I would imagine I'd be swinging for the fences if I was 12 years old. So it was good to see Rich, and we appreciate it. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a commercial break.
All right.
And when we come back, we'll talk to Cory Reamer on the other side. The show being brought to you by our friend Alexander Shinara.
Alexander Shinara, trial attorney, Shinara.com, Shinara.com. That is where you go when you're in need of an attorney. You already know he handles personal injury cases, but you might not know Alexander Shinara handles more than that. Bad drug and device cases, storm damage cases, workers cases, disability cases, and much, much more. So don't think it's just the personal injury. He wants to take care of everyone in the community of Birmingham. That is where he was born and bred, so he's taking care of his community. And he's done it to the tune of $2 billion. $2 billion for his clients. Shinara.com, Shinara.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
You know what, D? I hate being on this highway with all these 18-wheelers. I don't know what I'd do if I got in an accident with one.
First, call 911 to report the accident, and then hit up the gators of the litigation situation. Alexander Shinara, trial attorney. Because accidents with 18-wheelers, delivery truck, and construction vehicles are complicated. Call 1-800-229-7989 or hit him up at Shinara.com. Alexander Shinara, trial attorney. We go deeper. We fight harder. We win bigger. Call me, Alabama.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com. Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
The beauty of the holiday is at the center of your table with the New York Butcher Shop. Their selection of USDA certified Angus prime rib roast, beef tenderloins, and fillets, as well as premium pork and lamb cuts, are the finest selections available in the market and are hand-cut just the way you want. With side dishes handmade by their professional chefs, your holiday meal is complete. Visit one of their 2 locations today, in Cahaba Heights or off Highway 119 in Greystone. Place your order today. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on The Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at The Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the next round anywhere with NextRound.store.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Let's spend 10 good minutes with Cory Reamer right now and talk about Alabama and Oklahoma before we all head to the Palace on the Prairie. I hope I'm getting that right.
That's, I think, what they call it. I don't know. Cory is about to head out there. He'll be on the sidelines of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. He's with us now on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. What is up, Reamer? How are you today, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Doing wonderful. Thanks a lot. Let's just rewind to the first time these teams faced one another. What? I mean, I know a lot went wrong, but ultimately, was it more turnovers, special teams? I mean, if you could just clean one up, it's probably the turnovers, right?
I mean, if you look at the way that we played, it was one of those games where you watched it and it felt like when the game was over and we lost, it was like, how's that possible? It felt like we dominated most of that game outside of, 2 or 3 plays and some missed opportunities on special teams. So, yeah, I mean, I think it was the way the game ended on the failed 4th down conversion. You got Alabama with the ball with a drive, being able to put together a drive and go kick a field goal to win the football game. And we just fell short. And you look at the stats, and it's like, how in the world did we just lose that ball game? And it just comes down to just a few mistakes, a couple of turnovers that were pretty costly. So I think we should be confident going this game, but this is a tough defense that we're going to face, and they're getting, our Mason Thomas back, which is one of their better defenders that they didn't have the first go around. So this is not going to be an easy game by any means if we can clean up, the mistakes. But special teams has kind of bitten us a few times this year, that game being one of them, and the SEC championship game, and really not just the kickers, but the punting game as well, just facing some punters that have been able to flip the field and keep us pinned back on offense, and we haven't really been able to climb out of that hole to try to flip field position.
Cory, very cliche to say injuries are part of the game, but they are. Go back to 2009 when you guys, had the incredible win over Florida, then you beat Texas down in the Rose Bowl, you won a national championship. Like, did you guys have these type of injuries when you look at Parker Brailsford, who we talked about, LT Overton, obviously Cuevas is big, Jam Miller's coming back, but we don't know how healthy he actually is. But did you guys deal with similar injuries?
Well, yeah. I mean, during the season, that was the year that Dante Hightower just absolutely got his knee obliterated early in the season against Arkansas. We had to do some shifting around at that position. I was playing outside, and when he goes down, moved to inside, was playing a lot of just our base defense, and then ended up having to play a lot of our nickel. And then I pulled my hamstring in the UT Chattanooga game, and Ali Sharif has to move from the safety position to play the nickel backer. And yeah, I mean, it's part of the game, and you've got to find people that can fill those holes and be able to perform well enough to win the ball game. But injuries are part of it. I just feel like some of these injuries have just been ones that are magnified that we miss, especially on the offensive side of the ball with even Kevin Riley. I think he's a big one that this offense really needs, especially in the run game. You see Jam Miller and Daniel Hill. Those guys are just not quick twitch guys. They're not able to run away from, backside defenders in the zone scheme, and they're getting caught in the backfield by, opposite side, backside defensive ends. And then you got Josh Cuevas, who's not that, release valve for Ty Simpson. And it's starting to show. This offense has really struggled the last few weeks.
I remember us talking on the sideline about how Ty was so inaccurate in that in the Oklahoma meeting, and I think at that point it was probably of his short career at Alabama the first time we'd seen him miss some throws. Pressure obviously can cause that. Was there anything else you think that caused that, or is that all pressure related, or is it a specific kind of pressure that maybe forced that out of Ty in that game?
Well, I think it's been ever since then, you've seen a lot of defenses that have disguised their coverage really, really well. And even Coach Saban referenced it on game day one morning. I can't believe that he was out there talking about it. I think it was before the Auburn game of, if you're able to disguise your coverages, it really has given Ty some fits. And we saw Auburn do it pretty well. We saw Georgia definitely do it. But, we just haven't picked up pressure very well. And we've got 4 guys out of 5 across the front that do their job every play, and there just seems to be one bust, and that causes the play to break down. That's in the running game and pass protection, and it's never the same guy. It's kind of an error by, all across the board. And that was after watching him be as accurate as he was down, through that stretch of SEC games against 4, ranked teams, and the throws that he was making that just seemed like not many quarterbacks in college football could make, and then to go and start missing some easy pitches and catches. And I talked to Tyler Watts, the partner in CTSN, and he just says he's trying to make too perfect of a throw sometimes. And instead of just, you've got an open guy, just hit him between the numbers and let him catch it and move the football. And we've also had a number of drops. I mean, there's a combination of things with this offense that have caused them not to be able to move the football. Against Georgia, we couldn't throw the football to backs out of the backfield. And that's a massive part of this offense, especially when you can't run the ball well. And it's an extension of the run game. And you've got to be able to catch those balls. Even if it only goes for 3-4 yards, you got to be able to move the chains each and every drive. Even if it doesn't result in points, you've got to be able to push the ball down the field And if you got to kick it, you want to be kicking from at least midfield, not when you're backed up inside your own 30 or 20-yard line.
Cory Reamer with us for a few more moments. Overall, would you give Alabama's defense an A right now at the level they're playing?
Yeah, I think that the stats definitely say that they've been playing extremely well, and I think that they have. And I think the biggest thing, though, is that we've got to take advantage of opportunities when we get them. And the Oklahoma game was a perfect example. Talking to Kane Womack on the sidelines very next week after that Oklahoma game, they're getting, the defenses, everybody's patting them on the back, talking about how well they've been playing. And the first thing he said was, yeah, but we missed 2 interceptions that were thrown right to us. And those are game-changing plays and plays that you got to come down with. So as well as they have been playing, they're doing a good job. The only thing I wish, I hope to see this game is we, as a defense, have the style that we play. We give up plays in between the 20s, and then we kind of bear down and either force punts or field goals. But sometimes you've got to come up with some serious stops. There's certain points in the game, especially in that Georgia game, and in the Auburn game, too, where it's a scenario where we've got to get a stop, and they haven't done that, more times than not this season. And don't let them get first downs, force 3 and outs in certain scenarios, and that's where they've got to improve, where, Georgia had so much success. They were able to at least get the ball to midfield before they kicked it, and that puts our offense in a bad position. And the ball hits you in the hands as a defender. I know we catch a lot of flack as defensive guys not having hands, but you've got to come down with those footballs.
I know both are a major problem, but bigger concern for you, inability to run the football or special teams?
Oh, man. In a game like this, special teams. This has got to be where special teams has to step up. I mean, these are 2 of the top defenses in the country. And when you've not just in kicking field goals and making them, although we missed the chip shot field goal right before half against this team that put us going into halftime down 3 with everything that went wrong. You've got to be able to convert when you've got opportunities like that. But I really think it's going to be a game of field position, just like it was in the ACC championship game. So I think both are going to be important, but special teams definitely needs to clean it up. And if you've got an opportunity to put points on the board in a game like this, you've got to take it and you've got to convert.
I saw where Jerm Bernard brought up the lights in this stadium from last year. And I'm sorry if I'm so stupid. I've only been going to games for 30 years. I didn't know lights were ever actually in the corners, so I can't wait to see the stadium, I guess. Have you played in a stadium before? He says the lights are sort of in the corners and not on the sides, and it's sort of in the eye line of a receiver. Is that common in some stadiums, or usually is it all on the sides? Talk to me about lighting, Cory. I don't think you've been to the remodeled stadium in Norman yet, have you?
No, I have not been out there, and I'm sure that there is an impact that you get from lights being located where the way the football travels. I always hear more about it from the sun, or shadows when it's a daytime game causing issues. But he knows more about it than I do. I never really was going out and having to worry about tracking a football down through the lights. But could definitely be an issue. You see it at all kinds of different stadiums where, I always see it in baseball games. I haven't really heard, a lot of guys talk about it from a football standpoint. So, this is, hopefully it doesn't become an issue. It is a night game, and he's played there before, and hopefully it doesn't cause any issues.
Yeah. There's your first hit on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Let's go down to Cory. What about these lights, man?
Yeah, preparing me for what Chris is going to come up and ask with. He always comes with some off-the-wall stuff in these games and just catches me off guard.
Cory, can you see all right down there? It looks like you're struggling to see your notes.
Yeah.
All right, he is Cory Reamer.
I'm looking forward to it, though. I mean, this is going to be a good one. I'm excited about it. I think this team needed this couple of weeks off to try to regroup after a pretty tough stretch there to end the season. So I think they'll be ready to play, and we got enough guys back healthy that they're kind of playing with a chip on their shoulder, and hopefully the best football. They always talk about it every single week in the press conference afterwards. We haven't played our best football as a team, and no time like right now to make it happen.
Yeah, I truly believe, Cory, that this will be in modern day Alabama football since 1970. This will be the fewest number of Alabama fans in the stands of a game away from Tuscaloosa.
Even Hawaii, you think?
Take away Hawaii.
Okay,
on the mainland.
On the mainland, all right.
Since 1970.
Continental U.S.
Well, hopefully, I haven't heard anybody that's going except for maybe one or two people. And I hope that's not the case.
Dunaway will be there.
I don't know if everybody's holding out for the next round. Yeah. Oh, listen, well, good. I'll get to see you there.
Yeah.
I got somebody that I know.
The next round will be there, and Lance is going to tell me where I'm staying. We can hook up for dinner once I find out.
Oklahoma City, Bricktown.
Airport.
Terminal 3. Hey, safe travels, Cory. It's always good to see you, buddy. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate y'all having on.
All right, buddy. Take care. Cory Reamer with us on the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys Hotline before he heads to Oak City and ultimately Norman.
You know, this has been a weird movement on the line. You know, it went from Alabama 1.5 to Oklahoma 1.5 yesterday. So this game, I mean, it literally is a coin flip. But how different will this season feel if Alabama wins and they go to a Rose Bowl?
Okay, let's talk about that right after we tell you about two of our great sponsors. We appreciate Cory Reamer. He, Tyler Watts, and Chris Stewart do a wonderful job on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Is there an altcast? I haven't seen any of that. Maybe we can chase that down tomorrow or later in the show where you can watch the game and listen to the Hometown Network. That's always fun when they do that since it's a standalone game. Dr. B can make that hair stand alone on top of that head.
Yeah, hey, look, if you're thinning out, it doesn't matter. It happens to guys at all ages, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whenever. Look, you want to maintain, you want to grow some back. That's what I'm doing right now. I do that non-invasive treatment 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time on the couch. That is it. My hair is more than doubled in thickness. Stop wasting money and critical time while you're losing hair on treatments that aren't working for you. Go see Dr. Beckenstein and find out what will work for you. Men and women ordering products online, don't even know if they work. Stop wasting money. T3's got that test. Easy, painless, affordable. Takes seconds to perform. It's going to show which medicines and compounds will specifically work for your hair loss. For more than 20 years, women and men have turned to Dr. B for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. Make the call that I made, 205-319-0316. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, T3hair.net.
And a great idea for the watch parties this weekend if you're watching the college football playoffs or NFL games or your upcoming holiday parties. How about Bojangles? You can make it bow time with Bojangles. Those great hand-breaded chicken tenders, the great sides, the biscuits, the tea, all that goes with it, and including those Bo Bites, those hand-breaded chicken tender bites, right there available with our friends at Bojangles. Dip those in the peach honey pepper sauce. You're welcome in advance for that. You can grab those for lunch or dinner, too, anything I just mentioned, or on your way to school or work tomorrow, make it bow time as well. So your holiday parties, your football watch parties, or just breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you can make it bow time with Bojangles. The MegaCast is back for both the Friday and early Saturday games. So
not going to waste it on the 2 group of 5 games opposite of the NFL.
They're going to say, we'll invest as little as possible. Keep in mind those are on TNT as well, but it's ESPN Cruise on TNT. Luke Bill's got the Oregon game. He's going to Oregon JMU.
Wow, from Montgomery to Oregon.
Yeah,
wow.
I was texting with him
That
after.
is crazy.
Yeah, I was texting with him after the Jack State game because he was having to, and I imagine you guys can accept the difficulty of getting from Montgomery to Eugene, Oregon. It's like from small town Alabama to small town Oregon, but he managed to do it. The main telecast is on both ABC and ESPN. The Oklahoma radio is ESPN2 with the Skycast, so that's the
so if you're going to watch Oklahoma, you got to do the Skycast.
Well, and Alabama. It's just on SEC Network.
Okay.
Command Center on ESPN News. I think that's the one that shows all the stats and stuff like that. ESPN Deportes. I do not have a college degree because of Spanish. ESPN Deportes will be your Spanish, and then both games are in 4K. So it's got the 4K on both games.
All right.
Which is always my choice. I don't know if we're going to get commercial audio or not. I remember watching a game in 4K earlier this year from Oklahoma, and you got the audio during the commercials.
I wonder.
So I didn't have to play music.
I wonder if you've got multiple TVs, if you can put the Skycast on one TV, audio up there, and it matches the main broadcast, the play action that's going on.
If not, you just pause one until it does. You pause the one
that's
that
tough
is.
to do.
I don't want to do that.
Well, then you can't change channels. You got to keep it. You got to keep it cooking.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. But since it is on the Skycam, maybe it is locked in. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
If you're fans of Pat McAfee, Phil Pass with Pat McAfee is going to be on ESPN2 during the Miami Texas A&M game. I don't know who's with him.
Yeah,
but they'll be live in College Station.
And Phil Pass may be Josh Pate and them. That's what they did with the SEC championship in place of McAfee.
Yeah, I don't see a list of who will be there.
Okay.
Just says his Thunderdome crew will be there.
So a lot of the MegaCast stuff that's going on there. Josh Pate earlier today on First Take. We'll save that for the top of the hour on what Josh Pate has said today, because I think this is becoming an interesting storyline for the weekend. Back to what you were going to talk about. What was it? It was the line movement, yes.
Well, the line movement is interesting, and I really think I was talking to a guy that is a handicapper this morning, and, he was like, this is a lot of sharp money. When we talk about sharp money, you're talking about people that are knowledgeable and respected, that are actually handicappers and professional sports gamblers. I think they're the ones that are moving this number, and that's not necessarily a good thing for Alabama. Again, it's not a slam dunk one way or the other. There is speculation that Alabama is more banged up than we believe they are. I don't know how much substance there is there. But the fact of the matter, this was a big, big money movement yesterday, flipping from 1.5 Alabama to 1.5 Oklahoma.
And I did watch on Get Up and First Take the picks that were made across the board. Nobody saved the graphic. It was all Oklahoma, 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 Oklahoma.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Joe Klatt, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
As Joey Freshwater's pointing out.
I thought
Andy Staples, Oklahoma.
I thought Klatt said on Monday he thought Alabama was going to win.
I thought he did say that. He talked about how
you're free to change your pick.
Yeah.
I've done it, but I thought he did on Monday say that Alabama was going to win this game. Do you not remember that, Dunaway?
I thought he did say that. At least right then he was thinking that.
Yeah, Klatt 100% said Bama.
Yeah.
He thought Bama was going to win the game.
But there again, things happen. You can change your pick. I mean, he said that on Monday with us. The game's not until Friday. Like, I've gone back and forth on this game. We turned our picks into Brooks for something we're doing a little bit later on, and even turning it into Brooks. I typed one thing, deleted it, and went the other way. I am very much on the fence on this one. I got no earthly idea. But there again, I picked Auburn to win the Iron Bowl and Alabama to win the SEC championship game. So I don't know why anybody would pay attention to my picks.
Yeah, but the season does feel a lot different if Alabama wins this game. And then you've got a fresh set January 1 Rose Bowl against the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah.
This feels like a completely different seson if Alabama loses or wins this game.
Not just that, but you also get a little extra rest. I mean, that's like, what would that be, 11 days? 12 days, that's a little more rest than you're used to getting. This team needs that. So to get a decent amount of rest, play a game and a decent amount of rest, you would probably be as healthy going without a major injury in the Oklahoma game, as healthy going into the Indiana game, if you're fortunate enough to get there, as you've been in quite a while.
And you know what else you get? We've talked about. The door pretty much shuts on Kalen DeBoer going to Michigan. I heard talk this morning. I was listening to some show driving in, and that's all they could talk about.
Okay, we'll get into that deeply at the top of the hour, because Josh Pate has made a comment today on First Take. Get them confused. First Take, which is on that TV with Dan Orlovsky. Get Up's on this TV with Dan Orlovsky at the same exact time.
One with a tie, one without a tie. I like how Dan's tie on one of them. Yeah. We're going to unbutton and show the chest hair on the other one.
He's a tie on First Take. He's no tie on Get Up. When he joins us later on, he'll be no sports coat on a drive to wherever he drives to on our show. All right, the viewing menu. Before we get to that, the show today being brought to you by our friends at Central State Bank. Wonderful folks right there. Brown, before you tell us about Central State Bank, I do want to go back to 68 Ventures real quick. A friend of mine who's listening to the show, as he always does, says the owner of 68 Ventures was a walk-on football player at Alabama and funded a scholarship for a walk-on this year. And he goes on to say,
I've got the name.
He goes, it could actually be your Bojangles tender moment of the day if you wanted it to.
There you go.
It's that good of a story. So that's pretty cool. So we've learned a lot about 68 Ventures in the last 20 hours.
Nathan Cox is his name. He was a Bryant Scholarship guy from 2000 to 2003. Lowry told me that last night. I just left that out earlier. But yeah. So it's founded by a former Alabama player.
So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Down there in the Bay Area, where we have a lot of listeners. We always find that out when we go down to the Floribama every year, how many people listen and watch us down in the Bay Area, Mobile, Pensacola, Biloxi, in that area. that come on over to the Floribama when we're down there. Can't wait to do that.
Samuel says 16 Ventures really guilt-tripping TNR right now. Get it right, guys. No, really. I mean, literally, Lowry reached out. That was the only reason I knew about it. I didn't know he worked for him.
I'll reach out to them now.
You got Will's number.
We've got money in Birmingham.
That's right. Yeah.
Central State Bank, man, they're there for us. They have been. That Little League story I was telling you earlier, Central State Bank goes all the way back to my Little League days.
Sign on the outfield, yeah.
Yeah, they've been part of communities in Shelby County for years and years.
They really have, and they're a bank that is on your team. They don't just open accounts, they open relationships, like Jim said, because they're family-owned, community-focused, and built on trust. For more than 100 years, serving Central Alabama, Shelby County, Tallapoosa County, and many others with local decisions and personal service that feels like home. So whether you're starting a business, buying a car, planning for tomorrow, Central State Bank is with you every step. Central State Bank, rooted in community, driven by relationships, member FDIC.
Hard to believe we're 1 week out from Christmas with this holiday season. How about the gift of sight from our friends at Michelson Laser Vision? Speaking from experience, got the procedure done back in 2003, still have 2015 vision, better than 2020. Make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100 for more information, michelsonlaservision.com. Dr. Mort Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. Make the phone call today. Ask for Amy. Tell them the next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. $0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. Again, 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
All right, Tyler, what are you watching, man?
So,
other than this show. I mean, other than this show, what are you watching?
Yeah, I was watching yesterday's show to finish up some clips.
Yeah.
But tonight we've got Avatar: Fire and Ash. I'm not a big fan of this franchise, but it being a massive movie is just undeniable.
I can't believe
setting records.
James Cameron is just like, his career is just completely immersed, nothing but the Avatar world. Like, I watched the first one, and I was like, that's kind of neat, but, like, how they continue to, like, turn these things out, I don't get it.
Yeah, I just simply don't care about this franchise.
And they're all, like, 8 hours long.
Yep, they're all extremely long and basically just tech demos, in my opinion. I don't think the story's that interesting. But we do have a pretty interesting movie coming out tonight called Is This Thing On? As their marriage quietly unravels, Alex, played by Will Arnett, faces middle age and an impending divorce, seeking new purpose in the New York comedy scene, while Tess, played by Laura Dern, confronts the sacrifices she made for their family, forcing them to navigate co-parenting, identity, and whether love can take a new form. And it's directed by Bradley Cooper, who is also in it.
Yeah, I've seen the previews of this. It looks like he's not a comedian until he goes to have a drink after the divorce papers or something and decides to hop up on an open mic, and it goes from there. At least that's the way the trailer makes it.
That's when he gets funny, he gets a divorce.
And some guy yells, "Tell a joke," and then it just ends, so you don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I thought it kind of – I like Bradley Cooper. Yeah.
It looked interesting to me. I mean, I love – what's his name, Will Arnett?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him, and I love Bradley Cooper, so – that's more my speed there than the Avatar one is. Even though you said the story is usually bad, this is being described as the best story of the Avatar movies. So it's a low bar.
Yeah, I mean, like, what did they say? Like, what's the angle here?
It literally said the best storyline. I forget where I read that, but it literally said the best story base of all the Avatars.
So maybe this means the Avatar world gets blown up and
could be.
It's gone forever.
Maybe I didn't read the whole story, and there was like, this guy didn't like him either, so this is the best one because it ends.
Oh, I think he's got like 2 more Avatar movies planned after this one, if this one does well, but I don't care to see any of them.
Yeah, if this one does well, I bet it ends up being more than 2.
Yeah. Finally, on today's viewing menu, we've got a new release on HBO called Counting Crows. Have You Seen Me Lately? This is an intimate chronicle of the band Counting Crows' meteoric rise and the unrelenting pressure that followed their breakout success.
He said, Adam Duritz said there's only one song they've ever done that he can honestly say, I've never, like he said, every song we've ever done, there will be a night where I'm like, I just really don't want to do that song, except for one song. Do you know which one it is? One of their famous ones. It's not like a deep cut.
Long December.
No.
Lance nailed it.
A Long December.
Long December, which is a great song. I love that song, but I don't know why. He was just like, it's just a song that speaks to me. I really like it, the melody and all of it. He goes, I've never once one night said I don't want to sing that song.
That is probably their best.
Yeah, I love it. Was it an urban legend that he wrote that about Courtney Cox?
Probably.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
I've never heard that, but I mean, I guess if you listen to the lyrics, maybe.
I mean, when they were dating, it was hard to imagine him and her dating.
Oh, yeah, and especially if you see him now.
Oh, I know. His look has changed so much.
I saw a documentary on something. I think it was on just a Hollywood Strip or the Viper Room, and he was the guy that narrated it.
Yeah, he went from dreadlocks to like mutton chops. I mean, he's completely changed his look.
Yeah, and from dreads to need to see Dr. B.
Yeah. It's a weird change for him for sure.
But I've seen him several times in concert, and
I've heard they're not good.
I've always enjoyed them. I always hear that before I go in.
I know.
And I always sit down and I'm like, God, everybody says they're not good now. And then I sit there and I enjoy it. But again, I'm a lyrics guy. I'm tone deaf, so I don't think I can tell when people are singing good or bad. Hence my love for Taylor Swift from the beginning, I guess. But I like the lyrics, and I love their lyrics. So, yeah.
Brandon in the chat says, I love the Counting Crows, but just one of the worst concerts I've ever seen. They did not play any of their hits.
I hear that all the time. I'd like to go see them, but anytime I bring that up, people are like, ooh, no.
The last time I saw them, that's all they did was play their hits. So,
yeah.
Because they were old.
Well, apparently he plays Low in December. He's like, I want to play it every night. So that's a hit, by the way.
And that's all I've got for viewing menu today.
All right, top of the hour. When we come back, Josh Pate talking about the Michigan job and Alabama. What he said on First Take earlier today. Dan Orlovsky later on. We'll talk before Orlovsky joins us about a huge game in the NFL. Some people believe these are the two best teams, forget the records, in the National Football League. Rams, Seahawks tonight. That's coming up on the show. That's being brought to you by our friends at New York Butcher Shop, LT.
Hey, the New York Butcher Shop wants to remind you why get in the kitchen this holiday season when they can prepare the entire feast for you. Certified Angus beef prime and choice, the whole beef tenderloins, bone-in, boneless prime rib roast, the New York strip roast, steaks, all aged to perfection, cut to order. They can smoke anything for you. They've also got the Newskis, Applewood smoked hams, premium bacons, as well as lamb and veal. Great selection of fine wines, as well as the side dishes and desserts prepared in-house by Jim and those great chefs. Gift certificates also available. Every man would absolutely love a gift certificate from our friends at the New York Butcher Shop. You can call ahead to plan that feast. Cabo Heights, original location, 205-970-7300. Greystone, 205-703-8825. Rare quality, well-done service. It is the New York Butcher Shop.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
Oh, watch out, lady. What are you doing? Oh, wait. Come on, man. Shawty just destroyed my whip.
Say, little man, you need to call Alexander Sonara, man.
What the hell? Yeah, Alexander Sonara trial attorney. I heard they get you paid quick, fast, and in a hurry. With 500 attorneys. And staff holding it down for clients they've represented in 50 states. 659-777-7777. Or Sonara.com. Alexander Sonara trial attorney suing the insurance company, not the individual. Call me, Al.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple. because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, we are later in this segment. We're going to look back at bold predictions. I'm just now opening it up to take a look at some that I had written down from our 3 guarantee day.
I'm going to be 0 for 3.
Are you? Do you even remember yours?
I remember my one I was most comfortable with. I think the other ones I just kind of threw out there as bold predictions, but that was Vandy would take a step back and Pavia would be a non-factor.
Yeah. I'll just tell you.
Heisman finals.
Yeah. These will be good to look back at.
Yeah. I don't even remember my other two, but I do remember that one specifically.
I got one right. The other two are really, really bad. Yeah. That's all coming up in a minute. We're going to talk Alabama and a Michigan little thing that's out there today from Josh Pate on his tour through the ESPN car wash this morning before he goes to Norman to watch Alabama-Oklahoma. We're going to hear from Kalen DeBoer in a second, too. This is how we're brought to you in part by our friends at Crane ULT. Tell us again about the great folks who are educating a new industry for some people that want to switch jobs right now in 2025.
Yeah, get the Crane training you need today. If you're looking for that new career, you need further training to maybe advance your current one. Our friends at Crane U, they're offering that comprehensive, state-of-the-art, fully stocked training facilities for mobile cranes, overhead lifts, or forklift training. If you want to use your own equipment, the team at Crane U, they'll actually come to you. On-site, on-location training offered nationwide. Make that job easier, your job site safer for everyone. Crane U also offers a certification, safety inspections to ensure the safest environment possible. Classes available monthly, so call or visit our friends at Crane U. Very important when you call 855-CRANE-U. When you're talking to Nicole or Francis, make sure you mention the next round, 10% off. All of the great services right there. You can also visit them online at craneu.com.
And our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, 205-930-0920. Guys, over 70 years, UCA has been serving you here in Central Alabama, and it's grown to 16 locations, one near you. The best urological care you're going to find. That's at least my opinion because I use them, LT uses them. And they can stay on top of your prostate health, everything from prostate health to kidney stones. Early detection literally saves your life. Get all the details you need. UrologyCentersAlabama.com, 205-930-0920. Brownie, I've got another portal guy from Auburn after you tell me about this.
I got another portal guy from Auburn.
Oh, same thing. Okay,
same
go
thing.
ahead.
Yeah, defensive lineman Malik Blockton Hoke is reporting has entered the portal. Justin Hokanson of On3. Jay Tate follows that up, saying this would be a tough loss at a premium position. He didn't have a ton of tackles, 4.5 tackles for a loss, though. Just another portal entry at Auburn. And again, when you have a coaching change, this is just something you got to buckle up for.
Played in all 12 games, started 8 of them. That from the folks at On3 this morning, Malik Blockton on that defensive line at Auburn. And again, the surprising part about this for me is it's on the defensive side.
Well, Durkin is staying, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, you are getting a new head coach, but like if you're one of these defenders, I mean, you guys played your ass off for 60 minutes every game and could get no offensive help at all until the very end of the season. And, if you like Durkin and you've got familiarity there, you've got to figure the offense is going to be much better with Alex Golich coming in.
But now we'll point out that last night, though, the biggest keep on that side of the ball that you hope to keep was Xavier Atkins.
Yes.
And he decided to stay last night.
Yeah.
So he was the best defender.
Well, losing Crawford, Falk, like you knew you were losing one Crawford. You knew you were losing Jay Crawford, but you probably knew you were going to lose Crawford and Falk on the front. But now you lose Blockton on the front.
Those two to the NFL.
To the NFL,
What you expect? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you expect. I'm just saying, if you start doing, what you will not have next year. I mean, it's a significant part of that defense. But keeping Xavier Atkins was absolutely massive.
Yeah.
It's just crazy the world we're in. Earlier today when we were doing Bama and Bourbon, Suttles brought up the fact that USC and Lincoln Riley and Chad Bowden, the general manager there, they are sending out social media on guys re-signing with the team. Think about that.
I know.
You already recruited these guys. Now they've got to send out, hey, we have re-signed this guy to a new deal.
Well, we were joking with Suttles before we went in there with you that earlier this week when you saw Lenore Sellers was close to reaching an agreement to stay at South Carolina, that sounded so weird this time last year.
Yeah.
But now it's what I expect to see.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That he's renegotiating his contract and is going to stay with his college team.
What would be the strangest thing right now if we took a time warp just 5 years back, our last year in terrestrial radio? If I told you that Vanderbilt had the runner-up for the Heisman, Indiana
and barely missed a college football playoff.
Indiana's the number 1 overall seed, or you hear South Carolina's quarterback is close to a deal to re-up to come back.
Yeah, all 3 of those I wouldn't believe.
I don't know which one I believe less.
I mean, that's a different world.
It is crazy.
And I would the typical landmine. You guys will not remember this, or I remember it like it was yesterday, because it's the only video game I play. When that new college football game came out, it was in July, if I remember correctly. And the first season I completed, and I remember talking about it on the air. And, well, so you like it? I love it. The only thing is that the season gameplay in Dynasty is not realistic. And I remember it like it was yesterday. It had Indiana winning the Big Ten.
I remember this,
and I think it had Louisville beating Indiana for the national championship. And I said, that's just unrealistic in college football. I wish it was more realistic on the rosters and the gameplay.
I think we all said, you're right, Jim. Indiana. I mean, you'll never win a national championship there.
And now they're the number 1 seed, so the game ended up being more realistic.
Hey, we were a player or two away from Virginia, Vanderbilt, and Indiana being in this college football playoff. I mean, we really were.
Yeah, crazy. Now to what Josh Pate said earlier today on First Take. This is from First Take, and Pate has retweeted it. The Bama fans, they know the Michigan job is still there, and talking about how he thinks Alabama fans might not criticize an Alabama loss and criticize Kalen DeBoer with what they call the normal venom that Alabama fans usually criticize things after a loss. That Alabama fans may realize that Michigan job is still open out there, that if things don't go their way tomorrow night, that it may not be burn the houses, burn the bridges, burn the couches reaction that Alabama Nation usually has after a loss, especially a season-ending loss, because they don't want to lose him to Michigan.
Has Pate been around here?
Pate grew up in Alabama.
He's off on this.
Yeah, I disagree. I love me some Josh and agree with 99.9 of what he says. I disagree with this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the wise thing, but I don't think emotionally you can keep this under control. Can you imagine on a Friday night if Alabama goes sub 300 yards again, turn it over multiple times, Talty misses a kick, and they lose this game? Alabama fans, their heads are going to explode.
Yeah. And I sent that out, and some of the reaction is if DeBoer loses this game like the Georgia game, does Michigan really want him? Scott says, I'll be glad when all their targets, all the Sexton targets get their raises and Michigan settles for a coordinator that their fans totally prefer anyway. Shane says, this is a made-up storyline, though. It has already been addressed on multiple occasions. The people who keep this stuff rolling have an agenda. And I had just said the Michigan job is open and will be a storyline until it's not open anymore. It's impacting Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State, who continues to talk about it at Arizona State, as their administration doesn't give him everything he wants right now. And there's others. I'm sure it's impacting.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the way that the market is going, Brown, real quick, if Alabama wins tomorrow night, I think that door is shut. So I think the DeBoer conversation is dead. It looks like Jed Fish is going to be that guy.
Yeah.
But then what happens with
DeBoer?
What happens with the Washington job? Like, again, we're going to get another little spiral.
Yeah.
That's true. If that Washington job
That's a good
comes
job.
open, you know what you're going to hear. And the DeBoers don't like it in Tuscaloosa. They were very comfortable in Seattle where he won and won big and was appreciated. And so the cycle will start back. The cycle will start back. But I tell you this.
Hey, by the way, if any job happens, if any college coach leaves and goes to the NFL, I mean, just by what I've seen so far this offseason, who do you think's name will be mentioned for any job that opens up to anybody that leaves? If Sark goes to the NFL.
Kalen DeBoer?
Yeah.
I mean, look, if Marcus Freeman's still very much in play to go to the New York Giants.
I mean, if he's good enough for Penn State, Michigan, he's good enough for Texas and Notre Dame, and
again, it's
Lincoln Riley, USC, any of those.
I get it that it's frustrating as a fan that the national media does this, but the other alternative is having a coach nobody wants. There were never these rumors about Mike DeBose or Mike Shula.
Yeah, but to me, here's the problem, though. You never hear about Ryan Day going anywhere else. You don't hear about Sark going anywhere else.
Well,
you didn't hear you say.
You do hear about Sark going to the NFL. To be fair,
well, the NFL,
and he's had to address that since October.
Yeah, but Saban, the flirtation of 2012, which I think was real with Texas. But outside of that, I mean, people knew Saban was happy. Yeah. He was at what he believed was the best job in college football. So
the only thing you heard with Saban occasionally is, does he want to go back to the NFL if he gets the right right spot? And prove that he wasn't an NFL failure. That's the only thing you heard after the Texas job.
But I think Alabama fans, look, it's year two. I think Alabama fans would love for the noise to stop. Like, there's got to be something there, whether somebody in the DeBoer family said they weren't happy or, this isn't his, destination job. There has to be something there for his name to continue to pop up.
But Michael Casagrande asked the question at AL.com, and I believe it was behind the paywall, so I didn't get to read exactly what he said. Why did it take 4 days? And this is local media now. This is not national media. This is AL.com. Why did it take 4 days? And I just think if you're...
Well, I think Shane says it best, or whomever it was that said, it was Scott, Jimmy Sexton.
That's 100% why it took 4 days. And I'm assuming that's what Casagrande's column said, is because he's a Jimmy Sexton client. And when your name gets mentioned for a reasonable position that you would take, that a reasonable person would consider taking, if you're a Jimmy Sexton client, it's going to have to hang out there a minute because Jimmy Sexton is going to try to leverage it into something more for his client. It's why he gets paid what he gets paid, and it's why so many college football coaches use him as their agent.
But if you're a big enough coach, and I know, look, we've heard it before. You listen to your representation, you listen to your attorneys.
That was always our theory.
You follow
right?
their lead. But I think Kalen DeBoer in this situation, what am I using leverage for? It last year was an okay year. This year has gotten better, but Kalen DeBoer doesn't deserve a raise.
Yeah, I don't want.
At this point, he doesn't.
At some point, you have to tell your representation, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
I don't want to use the leverage.
Yeah, they've done right by me and my family.
Yeah, I've got plenty of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not playing chess right now with this.
Yeah.
There may come a time we need to, unless you have interest.
Yeah.
And we'll find out.
But again, Alex Scarborough writes that he was sitting in DeBoer's office when the story broke. Also behind a paywall, so I didn't get to see what Alex said. But I've seen all these headlines. And, but that's the world of college football that we're living in, is that rarely, like Kenny Dillingham could leverage a ton of jobs into more money at Arizona State if he has success. A ton. Do you know how many job openings Kenny Dillingham could leverage. When you're the coach at Alabama or Texas or somewhere like that, there are just not many jobs you can leverage more money for, or more.
Shouldn't really be any.
Yeah, or more facilities, or more recruiting budget, or more NIL, or more money for your assistants.
With Kenny Dillingham though, I don't understand why Arizona State doesn't give him whatever he wants.
I agree,
but he's 35.
That's about right.
Like, he could take the Michigan job in 7 years and be 42. He could take the Michigan job in 14 years and be 49, or the Notre Dame job or the Ohio State job down. Dillingham, and DeBoer's a younger guy too. He doesn't have to take, another job, the end-all job if Alabama's not it for him. When you're later in life, you think to yourself, okay, if I'm at Arizona State, I need to take that. I've only got a few years left, maybe another 15 years to coach. I'm not going to get another shot at a job like Michigan. I got to take it.
Yeah.
Dillingham he's not that guy now. He's going to have an opportunity.
What if I'm Michigan? Do I really want him at 35? You need to get this hire right.
Yeah.
The Harbaugh hire was right, but before Harbaugh, I think a lot of people forget, what you went through with Rich Rod and Brady Hoke. There were some dark years for Michigan.
Michigan President Domenico Grasso. I nailed that, by the way.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
It tells Nicole Auerbach the next Michigan coach will be, quote, of the highest moral character, end quote. So,
I
do with that with what you will.
Kalen DeBoer does check that box.
Yeah.
But look, if it comes down to money, Greg Byrne is not going to let this guy leave when it comes down to money, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. If you still want him, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think you do.
At some point.
Because, I heard Dan Lanning would come to Alabama if DeBoer left. I don't know that to be a fact.
I don't know that to be a fact either, but that's interesting.
I
I've always liked Dan Lanning, too.
Yeah, I guess the coaching carousel just never stops anymore, does it?
So another Jimmy Sexton guy.
Yeah.
So of course, you think he would come.
He's losing both his coordinators. I can't even.
Of course,
imagine.
you think he would come.
This domino, if either Marcus Freeman, and again, I'm not speculating at all because I think DeBoer is staying, but if Marcus Freeman took the New York Giants job or DeBoer left to take the Michigan job, this late in the season, all of the things that would fall.
Well, yeah, as long as there is a job open like the Michigan job or the Notre Dame job or the Texas job or the Alabama job or the Oregon job, those are going to be big pieces that keep moving until those type of jobs are settled, because usually a coordinator is not going to slide into one of those jobs. There's going to be sitting head coaches that are paying that $5 million buyout and moving on. How Clark Lee's name doesn't pop up more for any of this conversation.
Did he sign his contract?
I don't know. Even if he did, it's only going to be $4 or $5 million to get it out. That's nothing compared to everything else.
There'll be a buyout.
Before we do the spotlight, and before LT tells us about our friends at Inverness Country Club, congratulations to A.J. McCarron. We sort of started to hear about this yesterday.
It's the strangest thing I've heard all day.
It's remarkable.
Because yesterday it was announced that he was ending his run for lieutenant governor.
Which I never really understood why he started.
Which I remember us reacting on the air, why in the world would you want to get into that?
Yeah.
And
I ask, what does the lieutenant governor even do? Do you guys know?
Nope.
Sit there and wait on the governor to die?
I don't know. But AJ ended his lieutenant governor race yesterday and is today officially announced, not rumored, but we heard this was going to be the case. He is the new head coach of the Birmingham Stallions.
So I've just got to ask a couple of questions. The lieutenant governor didn't make any sense at all. I would rather be the Birmingham Stallions head coach. But his AJ, he had this trajectory right now with broadcasting. I thought that was kind of the future for him. When I heard there was another option yesterday, I never saw this coming.
I guess he could keep doing the broadcasting and coach the Stallions.
You could.
I don't know how restrictive that is.
The show with Chris and Trent Richardson?
Or anything, with Siski and McCready and those guys.
Yeah, I would imagine, actually, it would maybe publicize the league some. I would imagine.
Ryan, I do have some inside information about that podcast because I used to work at Sinclair.
So did I.
It was a 40-show contract. They were contracted to do 40 shows.
Right.
Okay. And I don't know what the contract status is of that moving forward. So
interesting. All right.
I would
they
say
were having trouble selling it.
I think A.J. McCarron, and I've always liked him. I think he's number one on my Alabama quarterback Mount Rushmore because of all the games he won.
Okay.
Is he the only Alabama quarterback to ever block you on
But
social
he doesn't
media?
like me, apparently.
But it seemed like he did when we interviewed him at the Regions.
He probably didn't know who I was.
Okay. Well, then he can't dislike you if he doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, you can. I've changed a lot since 2013.
Okay.
That's 12 years ago now. I don't look the same. I don't have hair anymore.
But there was a guy that looked like Michael Keaton that I hated once.
Yeah. You look like you. Did you have a son that covered Alabama when I was there? But I've heard today, you agree with me on this. I think he's an elite broadcaster. I enjoy watching him on his takes on Siski's show that pop up on social media on the Dynasty. When I see him interviewed I think he's got a future in broadcasting.
Well,
I think he'd be great at the SEC Network or on ESPN or,
Well, I appreciate the fact that some people are being able to really say what they mean and feel. And he's one of those guys, like there's not a filter when it comes to AJ, at least from what I've heard. And I've only heard like the viral clips. I can't honestly say that I've ever sat down and listened to that podcast, but I have heard a lot of the viral clips, and he seems like a guy that he just doesn't give a shit.
I think he speaks his mind, and I just don't know, what do you think? I mean, it's a crowded field. It is a crowded field.
Broadcasting?
SEC Network's got a lot of guys. I mean, that'd be your next stop, right? If you're AJ McCarron, you're like, I'd really like to make a name in this. SEC Network's
But
got
so's
a lot of
coaching.
guys.
Like, what is the goal from the Stallions?
Lance, he hadn't coached. He's a head coach in a professional league. I don't know.
I want to see what the UFL is going to be like moving forward, because it's weird that Skip Holtz walked away.
I agree.
And that came a day after that Bob Stoops walked away from his job.
And doesn't AJ know you don't want to be the guy that follows the guy?
Yeah. He is following him after.
Skip's a legend.
I know. The guy never lost hardly.
All right. Tell us about our friends at Inverness Country Club LT.
Hey, look, great holiday gift. Maybe you're a golfer out there and you're like, man, I've always wanted to have a membership to a country club. How do I sell this? Well, the easy sell is they've got memberships that fit everyone. This is perfect for the entire family. The wife, the kids are going to love the social aspect. That resort-style pool complex, full-service cabana and bar, live music on Fridays, Sunday brunch, the pickleball, the tennis. Childcare is also a big plus. Maybe your wife works from home. What about working from the club while they watch your kids? Best days happen in Inverness. To take a tour of this unbelievable club, call Aaron. Tell her the next round sent you, 205-991-8608 or online, iccalabama.com.
The College Football Spotlight.
It is the Shannara Spotlight presented each day by our guy, Alexander Shannara, trial attorneys. When you find yourself in need of an attorney for any reason, Shannara.com, Shannara.com. He's recovered more than $2 billion for his clients. That's billion with a B. You heard me right. $2 billion for his clients at Shannara.com. Alexander Shannara, Birmingham born, Birmingham bred, and is a guy, I always want to say, and when he dies, he'll be Birmingham dead, but I don't know if Alex wants me to say that. You've heard that phrase, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's another country song.
But I'm sure Alexander wouldn't mind. He's a guy that's in this community, right? Alexander Shannara, trial attorney, Shannara.com, Shannara.com, probably the oddest read I've ever done for them.
Our spotlight today is, we'll start literally with lights. Forrester has a picture of night games at Oklahoma since Jeremy Bernard brought that up. The lights last time he played there, he says was weird getting used to it, that it's not lit like most stadiums.
That is odd placement.
That is odd placement for the lights.
I think I've noticed that at Penn State as well, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, look, you think about you're running downfield and you're looking back directly into that as opposed to the angles that are above the sidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I never have thought about that ever.
Look at that.
But that is different.
That is weird. I mean, he's exactly right. That is weird. And I'll tell you this.
But how has this never been brought up?
Boy, look at how close the fans are to
I have also noticed that at Oklahoma. Fans are right on top of you there.
Yeah, I wish Bryant Denny had less space on the sidelines. Now that I can't be on the sidelines much anymore, you can take all that space away now. I used to use that to my advantage. God, that is weird. I see it now. You know what that reminds me of? And this proves how old I am. There was a time that some stadiums, especially in the Big Ten and I believe Notre Dame, didn't have lights. And I think it was Michigan. Notre Dame and Michigan played one big primetime game, and they used to bring in portable lights.
Yep, I remember that
would set up.
Yeah.
Or some stadiums had bad lighting, and they bring in extra lighting for night TV games. That's what that looks like there. That is crazy. How is that? How are they in the SEC? We don't even have State-of-the-art lighting.
They do have a pretty good trophy case.
They do. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, last time they played, which was in Bryant-Denny, but last time they played, you were the first person I heard, I don't know you're the first person to ever say it, but the first one I heard say, these are the 2 winningest programs since World War II. And I think we determined Ohio State maybe had passed them.
I think Ohio State had passed.
Yeah, but I think 3 winningest programs are Michigan, Alabama, and Oklahoma.
Of all time?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll look that up.
I can go ahead.
Yeah.
That's part of our spotlight here. So, too, is Kalen DeBoer talking yesterday. Here's the Alabama coach. He gets asked about how, and listen, playoff media availability. This is new sound from Kalen DeBoer yesterday. So I think he talked Sunday. Forrester, help me. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Sunday, Monday, Wednesday?
I think Sunday, Monday, Wednesday.
Yeah, so this is fresh Kalen DeBoer, who has only had one day not in front of a microphone this week going into today. So a lot of media availability when you're in the playoffs for the coaches and the players. Here's Kalen DeBoer getting asked about how much healthier Alabama is versus just a couple of weeks ago over at Mercedes-Benz in the SEC championship game.
Since the last time we saw you, how much healthier do you think your team is heading into this playoff game, Coach?
Yeah, I think it's each guy can be a little healthier. We'll have a few guys back as well. I think that makes a difference. It makes a difference, especially in how you practice. And so got to go out there, still do it on Saturdays and Fridays, I guess, this week. But, we got a great opponent across from us too that, has a say in that. But I like the temperament. I like the way we're able to go out there and practice with a good tempo and, have a little more depth to us too. So you can get more reps, whether it's ones or twos, but, every guy's just a little more healthier. I mean, you're going to naturally be that with a week off. And we got that before we had to get back to really work here over the last 8 days or so, getting ready for Oklahoma.
So the good news is that man is 7-2 against top 10 teams. Bad news is in Tuscaloosa or away from Tuscaloosa, he's only 6-6. It's kind of crazy to think about. So good against elite teams, but only 6-6 away from Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, just to clean that up. 7-2 versus top 10 teams
overall.
But in any away games as the Alabama coach against anybody, he's 6-6.
How much of those have been against top 10? One would be Georgia in the SEC championship. That's away from Tuscaloosa. It's not just true road games.
Yeah. So that hit both columns.
Both columns.
This year you had Florida State, you had Georgia.
I'm just looking for the top 10 on the road. I'm trying to do top 10 on the road. I'm trying to combine these stats.
Oh, okay.
Top 10 on the road. So this year he's got to win at Georgia and a loss against Georgia. That's his only top 10 on the road, right? This year.
Yeah.
And then last year, I don't remember many top 10s on the road. So this is pretty rare, I guess, huh?
Was
At
LSU
Alabama.
top 10?
I don't think so. Not when Alabama beat them. I don't think
so.
I'll go back.
Yeah, probably not, because that would have been November.
Yeah. I think they were 13th, maybe. They were right on the fringe of being a playoff team.
But the
Tennessee was ranked 7th on the road last year.
Who?
Tennessee lost on the road at Tennessee last year.
Okay, there's another.
They were number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you combine those stats, is on the road. Listen, on the road against top 10, that's a tough place to make a living right there.
Yeah,
there are not a lot of coaches.
No, this is just on the road overall.
No, I get it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get on the road against top 10 because that's what this game is. Last
Brown
year
is taking what you said and trying to add another nugget.
Add another nugget. I think at Alabama, you're going to find he's 1-2 away from Tuscaloosa against top 10.
So what do you think Venables is against top 10?
How many's he coached?
Six total games.
I will go 1-5.
I'm going to say the only one is when he beat Alabama.
He's actually 3-3, 2 against Alabama.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Last year and this year.
There were 2 right there in front of me.
So he is padding stats with Alabama. The crazy thing, this is the first ever top 10 matchup he's coached in, though.
So what you're saying is Venables.
First ever?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, follow me here. This could be a T-shirt if they wanted to sell this outside of the Palace on the Prairie tomorrow. Venables is to DeBoer what DeBoer is to Lanning.
Venables is to DeBoer what DeBoer is to Lanning.
Yeah. There's a symbol.
It's hard to argue. Yeah.
There's a symbol that stands for is to, a math symbol.
Right.
Venables is to DeBoer what DeBoer is to Lanning.
Yeah.
Like Lanning can't beat DeBoer, and right now DeBoer can't beat Venables.
Well, that's the way. And again, I know we haven't gotten to the game yet, but like Sean McVay has owned the Seahawks, but San Francisco had on Sean McVay. Now, it's kind of turned around a little bit, but McVay's 11-6 all-time against Seahawks. 11-5.
That's a trend in our angle tonight.
Ooh, 11-5. You said 11-6.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, foreshadowing.
Was that a Freudian slip?
Yeah, it's a tough game tonight.
Orlovsky coming up here in a little bit. Okay, quick to break here, and then when we come back, bold predictions that we made earlier in the year, and we'll do some of y'all's at another day. We just wanted to get our show ones out here quickly, and then we'll fill out our bracket. We'll hear more from Kalen DeBoer, and then we'll talk about the NFL game tonight with Dan Orlovsky coming up on the show. That's being brought to you by our friends at Twin Peaks, a great place to go hang and watch.
Hey, the signature 29-degree drafts, they are flowing right now. They're getting ready for bowl action, and they're getting ready for the big game tonight with the Rams and the Seahawks. Stop into one of those great locations, sit back, enjoy fantastic lunch or dinner. Twin Peaks girls running around in 3D, again, serving up those 29-degree beers. Nobody does happy hour better than our friends at Twin Peaks. Get in the lodge today and enjoy lunch or dinner from Twin Peaks.
And our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Jumpstart your weight loss really quickly with Leslie and her board-certified team simply by going to the website aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. It's your journey to healthy living, and she does it with a variety of different ways, and no plan is the same. So you go by there, and she gives you a free no-cost evaluation. And you sit there and talk about the plan you want to go into, whether it's injection therapy, meal replacements, protein bars, a bunch of other things, and you can mix and match it, and they'll come up with the perfect plan for you. And there's no contracts. There's no sign-up fees. So you go there, and you'll like it. I know I do, and it really works. It helps me. So at least go check it out, aplanforme.com. Aplanforme.com, Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living.
Oh, watch out, lady. What are you doing? Oh, boy. Come on, man. Shawty just destroyed my whip.
Say no, man. You need to call Alexander Sonara, man.
What the hell? Yeah, Alexander Sonara trial attorney. I heard they get you paid quick, fast, and in a hurry. With 500 attorneys. And staff holding it down for clients they've represented in 50 states. 659-777-7777. Or Sonara.com. Alexander Sonara trial attorney suing the insurance company, not the individual.
Call me, Alabama. What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest.
You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
The beauty of the holiday is at the center of your table with the New York Butcher Shop. Their selection of USDA certified Angus prime rib roast, beef tenderloins, and fillets, as well as premium pork and lamb cuts, are the finest selections available in the market and are hand-cut just the way you want. With side dishes handmade by their professional chefs, your holiday meal is complete. Visit one of their 2 locations today, in Cahaba Heights or off Highway 119 in Greystone. Place your order today. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 20/200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the next round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Okay, before we get back to college football, Michelson Laser Vision brings you a look ahead tonight to Rams and Seahawks, 7:15 on Prime. Home field advantage and the bye, only one bye in the playoffs, on the line tonight. And in fact, all due respect to the Patriots and Broncos in the AFC with their great record, if you look at the strength of the NFC in the scoring differentials, the metrics tell you these are the best 2 teams in the NFL. Tell us about Michelson, and then tell us about the game tonight.
205-969-8100, the call that I made back in 2003. Dr. Mort Michelson, the first to perform the LASIK procedure in the state of Alabama back in 1995. Make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have 0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100 or MichelSonLaserVision.com. Can't overemphasize how important tonight's game is. It goes like this. If the Rams win, 90% chance of having the 1 seed. If they lose, it drops to 25%. The only way the Rams can get the 1 seed if they lose tonight is for Seattle to lose to Carolina and then beat San Francisco in the final week of the season. And the Rams have got to win out against both Atlanta and Arizona. I think the Rams will have no problem with Atlanta, Arizona, but what are the chances Seattle is going to lose to Carolina? Carolina played a perfect game and had a pick six, multiple turnovers in the red zone to beat the Rams earlier this year. I don't see it happening. So, again, can't overemphasize how big this game is. And if you go from losing the 1 seed, you drop all the way to the 5.
Well, that's the problem here is the loser of this game goes to Tampa. If things break poorly for you, you could even go to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a heck of a penalty. I either get to play at home or I've got to go play at Philadelphia. No offense to Tampa, but I'd much rather play in Tampa than Philadelphia.
But trust me, I'd much rather play the Seahawks.
Yeah, but
the Rams.
The way it stacks up there is you probably have to play at Tampa, then the next round either Green Bay or Philly, and then in the NFC Championship you got to go back to Lumen.
The place you just lost.
Yeah. So like this game,
bet on it being cold and rainy.
Yeah, exactly.
This game is just, it is so big. And going back to the first matchup, and by the way, like, not to tap myself on the back, but for like 8, 9, 10 weeks, I've said these are the 2 best teams. Not even close. These are the 2 best teams in football. The difference right now is Sam Darnold. Can you really trust him? And in the first matchup, he threw 4 picks. Now, if I'm Seattle, I'm a little optimistic because you throw 4 picks and Jason Myers lines up for a 61-yarder to win it, even throwing 4 picks.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what's kind of crazy. And he, ended up missing that. I think he missed it to the left. And Rams hold on win, but both 11-3. And it's just going to be big. Devontae Adams is questionable. There's no chance he's going to play with that hamstring injury. Good news for Rams. Left tackle Charles Cross has also got a hamstring injury for the Seahawks, and he won't play tonight. But, man, this is just a big, 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 big game.
We get more with Orlovsky in about 30 minutes on that game tonight and a couple of other NFL notes for you. Let's do our Bojangles tender moment of the day. It leads us loosely back into the college football conversation. Tell us about Bojangles Brownie.
Yeah, you can make bow time for your holiday parties, your football watch parties, right there with our friends at Bojangles. Let them cater that holiday party for you. What a unique catering idea. Those great hand-breaded chicken tenders, the great sides, the biscuits, those hand-breaded bow bites, those chicken tender bites. You can dip right there in the peach honey pepper sauce. You're welcome. You can make that part of your lunch or your dinner tonight as well, or breakfast on the way to work tomorrow. Hit up Bojangles as well. Those Bowberry biscuits with the chicken filet in the middle. I had somebody shoot me a message the other day and say, tried it for the first time after hearing the commercial. Life changer. Yeah, it is. Those things are phenomenal. Make sure you get the cinnamon glaze on there too, by the way. That's all right there at your local Bojangles. So whether it's a holiday party, your work parties, your watch parties, or just breakfast, lunch, or dinner, make it bow time.
The great folks at Dog Nation sending this video out today that they got from a Georgia fan. Imagine being a Georgia fan. You live in Tennessee. your kids participating in an elementary school Christmas pageant with Jingle Bells. They all start singing this song. Tyler hit it. So they're singing Rocky Top, except for the one kid whose family has raised him a Georgia fan. In the circle, he refuses to sing that dang song.
Love it, shaking his head no, too.
You got to teach them young.
That's right.
It is a Christmas pageant. Why you're singing this at Christmas anyway, I don't know. But they're singing it, and that dog fan is... They'll play that at his rehearsal dinner.
Yep.
And he's a good dog.
Give the kid an A. It means more.
It's a good dog right there. That is fantastic.
That is terrific.
From Dog Nation there. That is wonderful. I love that. Our tender moment of the day. Back to football we go with our friends at Odie's. Tell us about Odie's, LT.
Odie's Tavern, we were out at both locations. The Edgewood location early for a bourbon tasting last night. And then last night, Odie's Team Trivia, the original location in Crestline. Both location, great food from Rodney Davis. Has been doing it for almost 4 decades now. The award-winning wings, delicious burgers, fantastic sandwiches, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light, the Odie's famous cup cocktails and those styrofoam cups. Live music every Thursday, Friday. Great place to watch all the bowls. Get in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
Let's do Forrester first on the 3 guarantees. Brooks not with us when we did this back to start the football season, the last Friday before week 0, and Tyler was a healthy scratch from doing this like he is a lot of our sports predictions. Forrester starts us off here. He projected LSU 2-3 after 5 games. I can't remember how close you were on that one, Forrester. Give me Forrester's mind.
Yeah, I can
they
tell
went
you
7-5.
Yeah, I mean, so really the spirit of the prediction was pretty good by
That's
Forrester.
right. I didn't get the games correct that they would lose, but still pretty
good.
accurate.
They're pretty good. Yes,
Still out there, the SEC drought continues. That's for the national championship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had Clemson winning the national championship, which, nailed that one, right?
Nailed it.
But you had Tulane in the college football playoffs, and John Summerall takes an SEC job.
Not necessarily the one I had in mind, but,
Man, I would give that an A+, but Clemson winning the national championship over Texas, it's going to take it back. I'm going to give you a solid B+. Great predictions, though, on 2 of them.
Especially the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Where you nailed that one. Let's go to, I'll just go in the order I have on my sheet here. Let's go Brownie next.
Oh, boy.
Florida in the college football playoffs.
How'd that go?
Not good.
Okay, they fired their coach.
Vandy 0-8 in SEC play.
How'd that go?
Was it the best year in Vandy history?
I think it was, yes.
They weren't 0-8. They were 6-2.
Yeah, 6-2. It was the first 10-win season they've ever had. Can't get 10 wins going 0-8 in the SEC, last I checked.
And Oregon is the team that finishes outside the top 25 after starting in the top 10.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people around Oregon that finished outside the top 25.
Yep.
Oregon, though, not one of them.
Could have gone Clemson, could have gone Penn
They
State,
almost
could have
fell
gone LSU.
outside the top 5. They did end up number 5.
Yeah, that is about as bad as you can miss right there.
I often think you grade things a little tougher than you should.
That was terrible.
That's an F.
No, that's Jim. That's not an F. That's as bad as you can miss. That is not showing up for the final and just taking the 0.
No, you're expelled.
Yeah, that's right. You're kicked out of school.
With
Don't
cause.
Don't ever come back to our campus.
And I don't remember any of mine, so I could be just as bad.
First glance here, I think you're close to an A. You're at least B+.
Oh, one of them's kind of terrible.
Kind of terrible.
One of them is terrible, but, one of yours was terrible.
Yeah, that's right. You can't get an A with a terrible one.
All 3 of mine.
And the other 2 are pretty spot on. You had Mendoza as the all Big Ten quarterback, which he was.
Very good, Lance.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else that had that.
Yeah. Mackay Hughes is
That
the
was
bad
awful.
one. Leads college
that
football
would be the
rushing.
bad one.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Texas football loses 3 regular season game. He has them still making the playoffs.
Yeah.
They should be in the playoffs, right? They should be in the playoffs. We just have those
because
group of fives.
Mendoza's so wild. Mackay Hughes, something happened behind the scenes there. I don't know
Mackay
what it was.
Hughes' 2025 stats.
He didn't play.
17 carries.
Yeah.
70 yards.
Yeah. But like
Clemson winning the national championship. That's yours.
I would give.
I said it was terrible.
I
It
would
was terrible.
give myself a C because the Mendoza was out of nowhere. Texas losing 3 regular season games when they were number 1's pretty good.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have tagged it with the playoff. The Mackay Hughes was awful, but again, I can't wait to hear what really happened with Mackay Hughes.
Yeah, that C's too hard. You're grading too hard there. It's at least a B+. I'd probably put it just a, whatever. If Forster's a B+, I'd put you a flat B there. For me, I only get one of two right. But I nailed the first one.
Okay.
5 SEC, 3 Big Ten teams.
Look at you.
Notre Dame football. Now, I had 1 ACC, 1 Big 12, 1 Group of 5. Did I do the math wrong? Oh, there's no Notre Dame in there. Okay.
Yeah, it should have been Notre Dame and 1 Group 5.
You had to drop out Notre Dame and add a Group of 5.
Yeah. But I got the 5 SEC, 3 Big Ten correctly.
Mm-hmm. Well, your second one is a swing.
Alabama and Auburn play twice, with the second meeting being in the playoffs, of which you even added the emoji there, Forrester.
I did.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
I thought that one was pretty unlikely.
This one's not as bad as Browns, but it's right there.
And then LSU football loses to Clemson. They beat them. Loses to Alabama, true. And still wins the national championship. Yeah. Nowhere did I have Brian Kelly
coach fired.
Nowhere did I have Brian Kelly getting fired. Bold predictions. Some of you are pretty good. I forget. It was Andy Stoker.
All right, so what'd Stokes say?
Andy Stoker's still in play of being 3-0. He's the only one I made it to that I wrote down that were our listeners. That we'll do a whole show on our listeners in the offseason. But Andy Stoker had Diego Pavia as a finalist for the Heisman.
Wow.
That's a heck of a call.
He had Brian Kelly getting fired.
Again, a heck of a call.
My gosh.
Yep. And he had DeBoer playing for his first national championship at Alabama.
Well, he's still kicking.
Still in play there.
Yeah, boy.
I guess technically,
it'd be even more incredible if that happens now.
Who would have thought the toughest hill to climb was his third one? Yeah. Of the two that he mentioned, his third one is that's the one I don't know if that's going to happen.
So Andy Stoker, wherever you are today, pat yourself on the back there. Never mind. What are you about to say, Brooks?
I was going to ask Lance, if you played that as a parlay preseason, what would the odds have been?
I'd tell you what he'd be doing right now. He'd be, what's it called when you buy out your ticket?
Yeah, you'd be hedging.
Hedging the bet. Yeah. All right, back to the college football playoffs. Our picks, our brackets, if you have those ready, Brooks, brought to you by our friends at Fractional Financing. Our picks, so you have to go inside the numbers. Our friends at Fractional Financing can make sure your numbers are right.
Yeah, absolutely. Rod Smallwood and that team, they are there for you, and they are on standby. Maybe you've got the business here in Alabama. You got one of those businesses in the Carolinas. Our friends at Fractional Financial, East Tennessee, Georgia. Maybe you're looking for a CFO service designed for businesses that need expertise. Call Rod and that great team at Fractional Financial. They provide expertise in cash management, budgets and projections, accounting, payroll, annual reports. Fractional Financial does it all. Not your typical contract CFO service. Fractional Financial works with clients face-to-face so they can make informed, data-driven decisions to get their businesses to the next level. Contact them today, 704-614-2083. That's 704-614-2083, or you can find them online, fractionalfinancial.net.
All right, so I showed you our bold predictions only to set the table for us making college football playoff bracket picks. So you put as little stock or great stock into mine and Browns and LTs and Forresters. Theirs were good, ours were bad. Maybe we can correct ourselves.
I already hate
here.
my bracket. I turned it in, 2 hours ago, and I already hate it.
Yeah. It feels like you put more thought into that, though, than you did your Guarantee Friday.
Well, I don't know. That was a pretty quick text to Brooks there. We're supposed to have this done? Oh.
Without a lot of thought, here's our bracket picks, including the guys on the back row. Who you going to pop up first, Forrester?
What order you want to go?
You play it.
All right, let's go you.
Okay, we'll go
Jim
me
Dunaway.
first. I have Oregon beating James Madison. I've got Oklahoma beating Alabama.
There you go.
Ole Miss beating Tulane. And Miami pulling the upset of the weekend, beating Texas A&M. Moving out to the next round in the bowl games, I've got Oregon beating Texas Tech. I've got Indiana beating Oklahoma. I've got Georgia beating Ole Miss and Ohio State beating Miami. Then I have Indiana beating Oregon. I have Georgia upsetting Ohio State, and then Georgia upsetting Indiana and winning the national championship. That's my pick for the brackets. That's how I think it plays out there. We'll have some duplication, so no need for a heavy reaction on this, but let's go to the next one. Who are you going next, Brownie? Forrester?
LT.
So I've got Oregon. That seems pretty easy. The Alabama-Oklahoma game is super, super tricky, but I have got Alabama advancing in the rematch. Ole Miss And then I've got Miami. Miami's the one I'm not sure of. I don't feel great about it. I don't trust Mario Cristobal at all.
So 2 for 2 on the cane so far.
Yeah. Then Georgia advances. And Texas Tech, I've got them over Oregon. Indiana beats Alabama. Indiana over Texas Tech. And Georgia over Ohio State. We've got the exact same national championship matchup.
Yep.
One versus 3.
With the same winner.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Boy.
With Georgia winning.
All right. So there's Lance's pick for the bracket. And one day this bracket feels like it's going to be big enough that we'll be able to do it like the basketball March Madness and have office pools.
This is the Coca-Cola region.
Yeah. Let's go to Browns next.
Yep.
Okay.
We got Brownie.
All right, so I've got Oregon like everybody else. I got Bama beating Oklahoma. I've got Ole Miss, of course, advancing, and this is exceptionally bad news for Miami. We are 3 for 3 on the Canes.
Gives me a good lead.
How's that feel for you, Miami?
I would tell you, some people, Brownie, did you are saying if Texas A&M wins this game, it'll be the biggest win in their program history?
Who did I see say that? I told you who said that, and I can't remember who it is now.
That's fair.
I mean, I think it is. Oh, it was Ross Dellinger. Ross Dellinger, he was talking about how it was a broader story about how ESPN has sold off the rights to these late games, forcing Texas A&M to play the biggest game in school history at 11 a.m., and the thing that jumped out at me, I was like, I think he's probably right. That is, I asked Dunaway, I was like, do you think this is the biggest game in A&M history? I think it is.
Yeah, I think you can definitely make that argument.
And you know, not many other teams in this bracket could you make that argument on any of the games.
And we've all got them losing the biggest game in A&M history.
Which is why this is the biggest game in A&M history. They generally don't win and stuff like this. Oregon, Texas Tech. I've actually got Texas Tech winning that game over Oregon. I've got Alabama. I've got the chaos in the top half. Alabama pulls the upset in the Rose Bowl to advance to the semis.
Wow, you got Alabama, Texas Tech in the semis.
Yeah, how's that feel?
By the way, at the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, and Texas Tech winning that.
That's an upset.
Alabama would be favored in that game.
Texas Tech going to pull the upset though. Georgia beats Ole Miss. Ohio State beats Miami. Georgia advances and they beat Texas Tech in the national championship game. So give me them dogs.
So you're telling me that
coming down the track?
You're telling me by your bracket, by the way, bad sign for Georgia, we all three have them as national champions.
Yeah. Miami and Georgia were the biggest losers in this segment, yes.
You're telling me that of Kirby Smart's 3 national championships, if your bracket comes out, he has beaten TCU and Texas Tech in the national championship game.
Yep.
And Saban had to beat great Clemson teams, great Ohio State teams to get his
LSU,
Notre Dame's. Are you telling?
Texas Tech and TCU.
Tell me he wasn't born on third base. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I love Kirby. All right, back row guys. Who's next?
All right, we'll go Brooks here.
Brooks, what do you got, man?
I will.
Another Jordan.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got a theme, and it's.
But wait, A&M one.
There's more.
I hate to break it to you. I've seen all of these because I put them together. I did pick Texas A&M. I like them at home.
Yep.
Just to be different here. I didn't pick it to be different. I was just pointing out the difference. But I like Texas A&M at home. I think that's going to be a ruckus crowd, and I don't trust Mario Cristobal. So
I don't either.
I'll take A&M. I do like Alabama over Oklahoma. Shout out to Blake. What is his name? Blake Byler, who writes for On 3 Sports for Alabama. Alabama has never been beaten. The only time Alabama has ever been beaten by the same team twice in one season had to go all the way back to the 1800s. Birmingham Athletic Club.
Oh, man.
I saw that. Blake Byler does a wonderful job. Congratulations, Blake. Just got married a few weeks ago.
Oh, good for Blake. A football season wedding for a guy that covers Alabama.
I think it was.
That make a lot of sense.
Yeah, really.
I think it was the Eastern Illinois weekend.
Okay.
Which I told him with a 9-game conference schedule, you're going to have a problem in your future
that's
that's not going to be a crappy game in the near future.
As I told the last fall wedding I attended, you know, this is not an Alabama bye week every year for you.
That's right. That's right. That is amazing that they've never lost to the same. You don't get a lot of rematches in yesteryear, so it really becomes a modern day thing. But the same team beating them in the same year, 1893. I mean, that's right after Reconstruction of the Union.
Yeah, we were still shaking off dust from the Civil War.
Yeah, but I'd love to see how many opportunities they've had.
I mean, unless you go Washington State, Oregon State this year. You don't really get a lot in the regular season.
You don't get a lot of home and homes. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. What else did you have, Brooks? I cut you off there on that great Blake Byler stat.
Yeah, I'm buying it on Georgia. I think they're hitting their stride. And I do have Texas Tech in the national championship. I really love their defense. I think that's going to be a really interesting ball game between them and Oregon. I think Oregon's a little overrated.
So
and
4 brackets, and you and Brownie have Georgia over Texas Tech, and LT and I have Georgia over Indiana. All right, let's see Forrester's.
But he's got Georgia. But he's got Georgia.
I bet he does too.
Oh no!
Is that coming down the
5
track?
for
What's
5.
that coming down the track?
The Georgia Bulldogs. I've like Jim and Lance. I've got Georgia over Indiana in the championship game.
Well, the thing we know is Miami's going to lose to A&M, and Georgia has no shot at winning this.
I probably put too much faith in Cristobal in that opener.
Yeah. I mean, but the other option, Scott, is Texas A&M, who never wins big games.
Right.
I mean, you got a program that never wins big games and a coach that never wins big games. I don't know where you go.
I really think, though, I'm going Carson Beck, playing in a lot of big games, opposed to Marcel. I know he's at home, but the pressure of the big games he's played in.
I agree completely.
I think Mark Sanchez was drafted after starting 12 or 13 career games. This is Carson Beck's 40th start this Saturday.
That's crazy.
He has got a ton of experience.
And a road SEC crowd is nothing new to him.
No, not at all.
Nothing new to him. And he doesn't look like the kind of guy who really gives a dang. So I don't think he's going to be too uptight.
No, I'm with you 100%.
Now, he might throw 5 picks. But
because he doesn't give a dang. So that's our picks, our brackets. Do with them what you want. And if you're scoring on the Oklahoma-Alabama picks, Brooks, Lance, and Ryan take Alabama. Forrest and I take Oklahoma. If you were go back to the Iron Bowl, it was me on Alabama and you two on Auburn.
Correct.
Yep.
If we go back to the SEC championship game, it was me on Georgia and you two on Alabama.
Look out. That's a trend and our angle.
2 in a row for Dunaway.
Yeah,
so
you're hot.
Well,
why am I even getting on a plane?
It's fading Bama a little bit.
No. I just I picked Alabama to beat Auburn. I just did not like that matchup against Georgia.
And you don't like it against Oklahoma?
Do not like it on the road at Oklahoma, where I believe it'll be the fewest number of Alabama fans ever to watch an Alabama game on the road.
Continental United States.
Other than Hawaii.
Yeah.
And it may be less. We may have taken more to Hawaii.
I have no idea on that.
Yeah. All right.
Those games are like a fever dream.
Orlovsky's coming up. Show being brought to you by our friends at CPAP Plus, Sleep Home Alabama. One more good night sleep before Alabama plays football again.
Yeah, hey, our friends, the O'Neill brothers, they are there for you. They've got a great promotion going on for the next couple of weeks. It is your CPAP Sleep Score, the ResMed Sleep Score. You show it. No appointment needed. Drop by one of those locations, Trustful, Pelham, Highway 280 in Inverness. Go see O'Neill Medical, CPAP Plus, Joe Woody O'Neill. Again, you show that sleep score, you're automatically entered to win a $900 travel CPAP machine from our friends at O'Neill Medical and CPAP Plus. For more information, o'neillmed.com. That is ONEAL med.com.
It is game day every day at Walk-Ons, whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the family for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk-Ons is your go-to for good times with the wall-to-wall TVs to watch the game, the craft beers, and the cocktails in bold flavors for fans of all ages, from melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online in the Walk-Ons app. Walk-On Sports Bistro, Trustful, Greystone, and Stadium Trace. It's game on at Walk-Ons.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
We interrupt this program for breaking news from the gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorneys, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777 or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the next round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the next round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Final hour of the show brought to you by our wonderful friends at Champy's world-famous fried chicken, champyschicken.com. Highway 119 in Alabaster. I was by there last night. Sterling and the crew, unbelievable folks down there. Their customer service, I just sat there and watched their staff work the bar area during happy hour. There's me and my mom there celebrating my birthday yesterday, and my beautiful mom who, I'll send out a story at some point on my social media on what, my mom, you're like, God, Jim, you're old and your mom is still with us. Yes, what a blessing. And she still looks young, yes. She had me when she was a teenager, and all these years later enjoying the cake yesterday, and I appreciate these guys allowing me to go spend some time with her yesterday on my birthday. They covered my butt at an event yesterday, and just a good time at Champy's. It's that kind of place where you can go by on Highway 119 and have some great family memories right there, and great food too. Sterling, who's been with us since day one, Champy's Chicken, champyschicken.com. All right, Orlovsky in just a second. If you can go ahead and give me the big screen there so I know when Orlovsky pops up so we can get right to him. By the way, as we get ready for these playoffs, Ross Dellinger, Yahoo, there are 14 head coaches, coordinators, or assistants coaching this weekend for teams they will not be with when the season ends.
Yeah, I think we brought this up yesterday on our 5 to 6 show.
One thing we were talking about, Jim, go ahead and give the list, and then I'll circle back to this.
Y'all may have already done this yesterday on the special show. No. Ole Miss has 6 of those, obviously, with Lane Kiffin and the offensive staff leaving. A&M and Oregon have 2 coordinators at both places. Ohio State, James Madison, Tulane, and Alabama all have one. Jamarcus Shepard for Alabama. Obviously, Tulane's head coach, you would imagine some other of those assistants are going to leave too, but right now just one that have checked out, not checked out, but that are definitely leaving their programs. So
the point we made yesterday in the specialty show at Odie's you just referenced was the fact that, you got Will Stein and Tosh LaPoy both leaving Oregon, but how many coaches from that staff are they taking with them? You don't even know yet, right? Yeah. They know it, and the coaches know
analyst.
It. Yeah, analyst. I mean, it's a trickle-down effect. Like, you got a lot of people, and it's just human nature to have divided attention in something like that. Like, I got to find a house in Lexington, freaking Kentucky, and I live in Eugene, Oregon. My wife has got to get our kids in school in Lexington, and it's you guys know it. Like, when you're trying to focus on one thing and there are these other things that keep popping up over here that take your focus away, it may only be for an hour. It may only be for 30 minutes, but that could have been the hour or the 30 minutes that is the difference in winning not for Oregon this weekend, but Oregon down the road. I mean, I think it's a significant storyline. But as you can see, it's affecting almost everyone in the playoffs.
Yeah. I wonder why Dan Lanning hasn't been mentioned for Michigan. Man, I know there's no tie, but if you're just looking for really good coaches.
Yeah, it's a great point. Why?
I mean, would you rather have Jed Fish or Dan Lanning?
Is it because it's a Big Ten job? But that's a great point. I hadn't even thought about that because we consider Dan Lanning to be, at least in the top 10, if not in the top 7 or 6, wherever you put Dan Lanning. But why does everybody default to Kalen DeBoer for Penn State, and why do they default to Kalen DeBoer?
Yeah.
Is it because Oregon's unlimited NIL money?
I guess. I mean, I kind of get DeBoer. I mean, at least you can make an argument he's a better coach than Lanning, but Jed Fish and Kenny Dillingham?
Yeah. Which, by the way, if Kalen DeBoer ever leaves, if he ever leaves Alabama to go to another job like a Michigan or somewhere, that will be the first PR fire you got to put out at Alabama. That you leave Alabama now for a bigger job because of NIL. That's the first thing you would have to address.
Right. But I think one thing that would help you, if in the event that ever happens, if he goes to the NFL or wherever, not even the Michigan job, but anywhere, all of a sudden the next coach is not the coach that followed Nick Saban, and that makes it a little more appealing.
Yes.
No, it does.
You're not the coach that followed Nick Saban.
Yeah. And it maybe become a little easier to reopen some wallets. Like, do we really want this to slip away now?
That's right. Yeah, you had the taste of it, and now your 2 coaches removed.
Yeah. Big weekend coming up here for Alabama at Oklahoma. We'll talk more about that game after we hear from Orlovsky in just a second. A couple of more notes on the other games going on this weekend. Brought to you by our friend Dr. B. Tell us about Dr. B.
Yeah, Dr. B, best in the business. If you're starting to thin out, doesn't matter what that age is, you want to make sure that you maintain what you've got. You want to grow some back. T3hair.net is the website you need to visit right now. You can also call 205-319-0316. Call Dr. Beckenstein and that great staff. Tell them the next round sent you. T3's got that test. It's easy, painless, affordable, takes seconds to perform. It's going to show which medicines and compounds will specifically work for your hair loss. There are over 10 categories of agents they use, knowing they will work for you. They'll custom compound these agents for you in pill or topical forms. You pick and choose which agents you want. Men and women ordering products online don't even know if they work. Stop wasting money. Critical time while you're losing hair on treatments that aren't working for you. Go see Dr. B. Find out what will work. 205-319-0316 or T3hair.net.
Peter Burns on the SEC Network had an interesting discussion, him and Doring, going on this morning. Which coach in the college football playoffs has the most pressure on him this year? And obviously there's a little bit of pressure on everybody, even McGuire at Texas Tech, because you've spent all this money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did win the Big 12. You've got that team squarely on the map. I think kind of easy. I think it's Kalen DeBoer.
That was the popular answer. I was monitoring. Peter put it out on socials as well, and I was monitoring the response, and almost everybody that responded had just about everybody had DeBoer in the top 3, and a lot of them had him number 1.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones that they could blow that away if Dan Lanning after last year was to lose to JMU. That would be a problem. And then obviously Pete Golding in first opportunity to go out in front of that Ole Miss crowd if they were to lose to a team they've already beaten by 35.
And he's not the interim. He's the permanent head coach.
And then it becomes a problem. Then talking about Alabama fans second-guessing a guy that played for a national championship 2 years ago in Kalen DeBoer. what would Ole Miss fans be doing?
Oh,
like
I know.
they lost
Yeah.
what they believe is the greatest coach they've ever had. And then if Pete Golding was to go out as a 17.5-point favorite and lose that game.
Yeah. And there's been a lot of middle fingers. Not as aggressive from Pete Golding, but from a lot of Ole Miss folks at Lane Kiffin. We just kept Golding and some of the defensive assistants, and you're going to let Charlie come back and coach the offense. We're really not going to miss you. Watch this. We're not even going to miss you, Lane.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of that kind of conversation. And if you go out there and lose to Tulane this weekend after you beat them so badly in the regular season, this will be that would be a devastating loss.
Yeah, so those are obvious, losing to the group fives. But, Georgia, it doesn't matter what Georgia does. Kirby just won an SEC championship.
To agree with you, but, this would be 3 straight years without Georgia winning a national championship. And you remember in this state when Nick Saban had it going, if Nick Saban ever went 3 years, there started to be a little bit of a murmur. Nobody was ever suggesting to fire him. But
he never did. He never went 3 years.
We did at the end. But, but when he just started that run, he didn't, to your point. But 2017 to 2020.
It literally was the end. He won it in 20, didn't in 21, 22, 23.
But you know this, 2017 to 2020, when Alabama didn't win a national championship in that window, everybody's like, what the crap has happened here?
Yeah, I think the top 4 seeds, and we can get back into this. I know Dan's about to jump on here with us. I think all 4 of the top 4 seeds can lose, and it's like, we had a great season, and including Ohio State because they just won a national championship.
They did,
and they beat Michigan.
But if Ohio State loses their first game, that's 2 out of 3 to end the year.
Yeah,
or 2 straight to end the year, I should say.
I want to get Orlovsky's thought on this before we talk NFL with him in that huge game tonight, because I saw you on with our buddy Josh Pate earlier today and everyone else talking. Dan, do you first of all, how great of a guy is Josh Pate? We love him here on the show. Yeah.
He is so good. I've followed Josh. I've started to follow Josh over the last year. I sent him a direct message, a DM maybe a year ago, just, hey, dude, I'm a fan from afar. I think the way you go about doing your stuff is the right way and whatnot. And then we've gotten to know each other over the past couple months because of the Bussin' Boys. And, yeah, I love working with them too. Like, I'm overall just – he's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Now, going into this weekend here with our coach, our team, Alabama, in the playoffs at Oklahoma, and he's now twice addressed other jobs, saying he's happy and not interested, but it still pops up, and I saw you guys discussing it this morning. How big of a distraction do you think that can be on a team? And then do you really think Michigan's possibly still in play for Kalen DeBoer after this weekend?
I think it's more of a distraction nowadays than it would have been in the past. And nowadays, everything is so transactional in college football, and it feels like there's no calendar to what can and cannot happen. There's much more, at least structure, it felt like back then. So, and then there's, as long as Michigan remains open, the job, there's just going to be his name attached to it. So I also would tell you, and I know there's portals and whatnot, but if I was a player on that team, I would absolutely having the internal thought of, I wonder if Coach DeBoer is going to leave. I wonder, and then I start to plan with, well, if he leaves, would I go with him? Would he want me to go with him? Who would be the next coach here? Do I have to start getting my ducks in a row if that presents itself? Because I want to make sure that I've got a place to go to or an opportunity to go school-wise. And so, I just think that there's a lot attached to it, and I absolutely believe it's a distraction. Michigan is appealing because it's Michigan, obviously. Who's going to be making the decisions? Is the athletic director going to be there? I think there's a lot of unknown that would have to be a part of the equation for any coach.
I think you agree, Dan. 2 best teams are squaring off tonight. And the crazy thing is, Rams win, back in SoFi, November 16th. Sam Darnold turns it over 4 times. They're both sitting at 11-3. But if the Rams win this game, it's all but done. They're going to win the West. They're going to get the number 1 seed. First time Sean McVay's ever done that, by the way, in his incredible career. But if Seattle wins this game, the Rams are probably going to go from 1 to 5. Then you've got to go on the road. You got to play probably Tampa, maybe Carolina. Then maybe you got to go to Philadelphia or Green Bay before you even get back to Seattle. We can't overemphasize how big this game is for both these teams.
Enormous. the game became an even bigger for the Rams 5 days ago or 4 days ago on Sunday when Devontae Adams gets hurt. So, this is, if you're the Rams and, the plane travel was an issue. Sean McVay just has a new child. Your star receiver, Devontae Adams, looks like he's re-aggravated an injury that's been lingering. So 1 seed, you want people to come to you, but my goodness, that break is just enormous right now for the Rams, and that bye potentially being the 1 seed. A lot of people are saying, well, these two teams played, 6 weeks ago or something. Seattle, Sam turns it over a gajillion times, still comes down to a field goal. But if you've watched every snap in these teams play since then, Seattle has not played very good football, and the Rams have. And I've wrestled back and forth. I got a ton of respect for Seattle. I just think the Rams win tonight, even with Devontae out. They're playing better on the offensive side of the football. This defense has had Sam's number. Sam Darnold has not played good, consistent football really since that game. Seattle's offense is a one-trick pony. It's really only throw it to JSN right now. And so as good of a football team as I think Seattle is, they just have not played well enough on offense for me to think that if the Rams show up and play their game, they don't win.
You've played in the NFL, you've played in college football, and we talk about the difficulty of winning on the road and the crowd noise. This is regarded by many as the most difficult place to play in the NFL. Practically, can you just tell me from a quarterback's perspective just how much more difficult it makes it than if you were playing this game in SoFi, or when you were playing at Ford Field? Yeah.
It's the most stressful place to play in the NFL from a quarterback's perspective. It is a mentally exhausting experience. We would often say, you can't even hear your own thoughts. It's that loud because the noise is so distracting that you can't even hear yourself thinking unless you've experienced it. And that's the benefit for Matthew, as he has for a long time. But there is such a stress from that previous play gets done, right? And now I'm in this mental exhaustion of trying to hear the play call. You're covering your ears. You're trying to make sure that you're hearing the play call correctly in the midst of that noise, while also then having to then get into the huddle and communicate clearly and make sure it's not only this verbal thing, but I'm looking at everybody to see if they're hearing correctly, because you could tell in the huddle if your guys aren't hearing you. So you're trying to see everybody and make sure that they're hearing correctly. Then we get out of the huddle, and then it's getting to the line of scrimmage and, trying to see the defense and think about the defense while also it's exhausting, dude. We would always say that, not only was it this physical exhaustion of playing the NFL game, but getting out of this game is just this mental exhaustion from a quarterback's perspective, because it's like having the walls close in on you for 3.5 hours nonstop. And I was never going to be the guy that could handle it at the highest level. Matthew is going to not even blink at it. But it's a daunting experience, but awesome at the same time.
So this is one of the best organizations in sports, the Rams, from ownership to the front office to the coaches. Typically zero drama, but Puka Nacua, who looks like a professional and does everything right on the field, you saw the live stream in the locker room. Sean McVay, some other players were upset about that. His brother just got arrested for stealing a Los Angeles Lakers car. At least that's the allegation out there. How much of a distraction has Puka become?
I knew nothing about this.
Yeah.
So it tells you, I'm surprised by that. Puka is one of the most impressive guys when you get to talk to him. So I think young players with social media do things that oftentimes they don't think are negative or have malicious intent, that are just immature mistakes. That might be what you're referencing with the live stream. I got siblings. They do stupid stuff that I don't necessarily align with. So, but to your point, this is a very well-run and mature organization. And Puka's always come across as a super mature guy. So I don't, at least right now, I don't view that as this overwhelming distraction. I would say, how Sean having a new child and a newborn, how locked in Sean is just from a sleep deprivation standpoint, I think is probably something that could have more of an impact than Puka.
The reason Stafford is in Los Angeles is because of a great trade with Detroit. Is there any way Miami can get bailed out of the Tua situation in a trade? Because I keep reading, and we're obviously big Tua fans around here. They seem to be locked in with a guy that they're benching this weekend.
I don't think you're going to look at a trade that kind of gives you equal compensation. I think the two questions you have to ask, and I'm saying this for everybody but Miami. Miami's got to have to address it as well, but Miami is, okay, who is Tua right now as a player? After all the physical injuries and also the head injuries, like, who is he as a player now and moving forward? And then who is he as a quarterback outside of this system? Everybody knows I've championed Tua. I got a lot of love for Tua. Tua's always been so good to me. He's given my son his guitar. So I've got nothing but positive things to say about Tua as a guy. The play fell off this year. It does look like he's a lesser physically a performance than he used to be. The injuries may be piling up. I don't think it's just about the production on the field. There feels like there has to be other things attached to this. We've seen starting quarterbacks struggle before. And yeah, I do think that he is a quarterback that has to be in an ideal system. Now, when he's in that ideal system, he's played at a ridiculous level for about 3 years. So I do think that, like, if you're a team that is entertaining, maybe figuring out a way to acquire him, you have to ask yourself, do we operate an offensive system that is similar to Mike McDaniel's that really highlights to a skill set of anticipation and ball placement?
He looks like, and listen, we're idiots, the people I watch Dolphins games and text with that are also Dolphins fans during the game, but the words dead arm gets used a lot in those text threads. Do you think he's got a dead arm?
I mean, Tua's never been a guy to me that has had a cannon arm. He's always been a guy that has the average arm, maybe slightly above, and lives on anticipation, ball placement, and timing. And so the arm, I don't sit here and say, right, like the arm is my concern now. I would tell you the thing that is a little bit more concerning from a play standpoint is how he's moving, his footwork. Tua was always this almost technician with his footwork and sudden in the pocket. That seems like it's dipped more than the arm.
Listen, I don't know if you ever want to be a general manager or not, if you've got that desire in your resume. But when you've got a guy like Joe Burrow who is so talented, but sometimes he says things that makes you wonder if he's going to play football for the next 10 years. And he's come out and said he's going to play for a long time now, but his comments before that made you question that. And we make a lot of money now in the NFL, and you see people walk away at an earlier age. Do you think Joe Burrow's in this for the long haul? Like, is he going to be quarterbacking when he's 37?
I hope so. I certainly hope he is. You're not going to play till you're 37 taking the hits that he does, though. You just won't survive. And so I hope he does. I think he's being very clear to the Bengals, though. It ain't going to continue to go this way. It's either you're changing or me playing quarterback for you is changing.
Yeah, I like that.
Are the Texans the best team in the AFC right now?
I think there's 3 teams in the AFC that truly, deep down in my gut, if you asked me, put money on it, can win the Super Bowl: Houston, Denver, and Buffalo. And I think that the Texans, you can make the case for the most complete. The defense, obviously, everyone's ridiculous. I think their offense is the most improved unit in all of football. Yeah, it's a different world, obviously, when you get into the playoffs. But I think those 3 teams are the 3 teams that I truly, deep down, believe can win it.
All right, he is Dan Orlovsky. See him commenting on the college football playoffs and the NFL as they combine over the weekend. Great football weekend coming up here in America. Thank you, Dan. Enjoy it all.
All right, boys.
All right, but take care. Dan with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
And I love to hear those stories like Tua, the guitar stories.
Oh, no, Tua's a great dude. I mean, people don't argue that. It's just...
I'd love to hear that, though. You know what I mean?
I agree. He's been very, very, with his Tua Foundation, he's been very charitable. And, you know, anybody I've ever talked to that has had a one-on-one experience with Tua only talks about what a great dude he is. And you hear Nick Saban talk about what a great dude he is.
If he can stay healthy in the right system, Tua can have one of these Sam Darnold revivals. I mean, it was just last year when he got the massive contract deal. So he's
coming off his career high in yardage.
He's not far removed from that.
Yeah. They would have to pay him $53 million a year to be the backup if he's not their starting quarterback moving forward.
Insane.
It's almost impossible for them to just cut him with the dead money.
Well,
they would not be able to fill a roster.
You got to have a 49er situation where you fall backwards into a quarterback in the late rounds that you don't have to pay anything, but he can go out and actually win games. while you peel off the salary for the guy that you paid that can't win games.
Yeah, or if you're the Dolphins, you get him a ticket and fly him over the Bermuda Triangle and
just
yeah, like,
God, Lance.
Wow.
That's kind of a dark solution there.
Let's see. What can I do here? I'm going to go with this one. Kevin Warren. Forster and I were talking earlier today that Kevin Warren, who used to be, he doesn't care about maps.
Well, he almost cost us football one year.
Yeah, he did.
And he doesn't care about maps. Remember, he's the guy that brought USC and UCLA into the Big Ten. So maps don't matter to Kevin Warren. He was the Big Ten commissioner. Now he's operating the Chicago Bears, and he says last night that with the Illinois state government dragging their feet on Arlington Heights, there's a chance that they could move the Bears' new stadium project to Northwest Indiana, which sounds crazy. Did a little reading. From Soldier Field to the Indiana state line is only 15 miles. Okay, so
yeah, but that's 15 long miles in Chicago traffic now.
So I've always wondered about, South Bend and how so many Notre Dame fans are in Chicago.
Right.
It's not that far from Chicago to South Bend.
Yeah, but Brown is right, and I'll let you get to your point. But 15 miles, like a lot of us have been to Chicago, great city, but from downtown, from Soldier to Wrigley is only like 3 or 4 miles, and it will take you 30, 40 minutes.
Or you're on the train and it's 15 miles of stop. It's going to take you a while. But I get what you're saying. It's not as crazy as you might think.
It's not as crazy as you might think. What is crazy is the idea of taking this to the waterfront, literally, and doing this project on the Great Lakes. The new stadium, and taking it out of Illinois and putting it a little further out.
So they're going to float it?
And it's going to be
a boat,
a floating stadium on the Great Lakes.
Is this a shot back to me on having the high rise?
He caught it right away.
Look, this is how it would work.
Look at all the people getting on the boat.
But the AI misses a little bit. Look at all of them going into the water.
They all fall in Lake Michigan.
You don't think this is legit?
AI gets me every day.
Yeah.
But not this one.
Not this one.
Right? Not this one.
Yeah, I love it. I love the fans just falling off.
Forster, did you create this one?
I did.
He did it in about 4 minutes, too. And then he added the video to go with it.
Soldier Field, by the way, is a shithole.
It is a weird-looking stadium, too, because they built that newer stadium inside of the older one.
Yeah, I've never...
It looks like a spaceship landed in Old Soldier Field.
Yeah, and it's still like, I know there's a lot of history there.
Yeah.
But like the in and out, it's not as bad as the Rose Bowl, but like it just doesn't have a lot of ease getting in and out of that place. But I've never seen a football game in there. I saw a concert in there, but I have not been to a football game.
I have covered a game there when I was living in Milwaukee. Wisconsin played Notre Dame there. Shot it from the sidelines. Didn't even have restrooms for the media. I had to use Porta Johns in the hallway of the stadium.
Yeah, that's all I used was Porta John. It's weird you bring that up.
That's
but
a new stadium, too.
We were on the field for Metallica last August, and that's all you had was Porta Johns. There was no regular bathrooms.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about that when they build it on the lake. You just go off the side of the boat.
Hang your meat over the side.
That's right into the Great Lake.
That river's, it's dirty, man.
The only thing in Northwest Indiana is Gary, Indiana, which is an awful city.
That's one of the highest crime rates in the entire country.
It's also where the Jackson 5's from.
That is true, yeah.
Hey, which one's a better idea, that one or this one?
That one.
This is the
More
one that
stable.
started it all.
Yeah, started it all.
Yeah.
More stable. You got helipads.
Yeah. Now, the elevators post-game on this one are going to suck, but I don't want to fall in Lake Michigan either.
Yeah. You can base jump out of it, though.
Which is worse, elevators up to that stadium or a ferry out to the other one? Both of them are going to be bad.
Yeah, I'd rather take the elevator.
Yeah.
Ferries are a pain in the ass.
I mean, it would be ferry, elevator, that 2-lane road down into the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, that may be the worst one.
Yeah, that's great. There you go, Lance. One more time.
Get on the boat. Nah, I'm going to.
That doesn't look like it's floating either for us. That's like a hover stadium.
Yeah, it's like hover. Yeah,
that's a hover.
State of the art, right there.
Stadium of the future.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, a little bit more from Kalen DeBoer's news conference yesterday as Alabama flies out later this afternoon to Norman, Oklahoma, and. Don't forget, our coverage starts tomorrow morning on the show from Norman as well, and we'll do that throughout the day on social media and post-game as well on our social media platforms at Next Round Live, So follow us on all those. If you're not with us on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok or all the other platforms, please be there. YouTube and our new YouTube channel, TNR Clips. And just do us a favor. Just check and see if you're following us or subscribing to us on all the platforms. And if you're not, please click that follow link. That helps us out tremendously, or subscribe link. That helps us out. This hour of the show being brought to you by our friends at the Pants Store, where we got a big event, Brownie, coming up on Friday. It's been a week full of big events, and we've got maybe it's always been a special one to us, and we're tripling it this year.
That's right. Folds of Honor is one of the great charities that we work with, and we have since day one. Our friends at Anheuser-Busch support this charity so well. If you don't know what Folds of Honor is, just quickly, they take care of the families of the men and women that have served our great country and unfortunately have paid the ultimate price for our freedom. We are the greatest nation in the world, and we are that because of the active duty military and the United States veteran. And our government has failed these people. They have failed them. So it is on us as a thankful citizenry, a thankful group of citizens, to take care of those families that are left behind. And that's what Folds of Honor does. They give college scholarships to the families of those that have fallen in line of duty, Purple Heart Award winners, disabled veterans, and also now first responders. So they take care of them as well because they have grown so much. We have gotten 3 members of those families that are scholarship recipients that Pants Store stepped forward and said, give these people a shopping spree on us. They have more than earned it. So the Pants Store stepped up and took care of it. And we are going to be out there with our friends at Bud Light, Folds of Honor, and the Pants Store as these families go on a shopping spree. We want you to join us. It is the Stadium Trace location in Hoover, just off 459 and 150. Stadium Trace in Hoover. Come hang out with us. Just have a fun afternoon. Dunaway will be in Norman, but Lance and I will talk some football with you. And you can thank these families for giving you the freedom that you enjoy every single day. It ain't free, and they have paid the ultimate price. So come join us at the Pants Store and celebrate these families, celebrate football, and do a little Christmas shopping. Pants Store, wherever you go, pantstore.com. But this Friday, 3 o'clock, Highway 150 in Hoover.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
We interrupt this program for breaking news from the gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorneys, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777 or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. The beauty of the holiday is at the center of your table with the New York Butcher Shop. Their selection of USDA certified Angus prime rib roast, beef tenderloins, and fillets, as well as premium pork and lamb cuts, are the finest selections available in the market and are hand-cut just the way you want. With side dishes handmade by their professional chefs, your holiday meal is complete. Visit one of their 2 locations today in Cahaba Heights or off Highway 119 in Greystone. Place your order today. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service. Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation, 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you, 969-8100 or Michelson. LaserVision.com.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the next round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Okay, I've never heard of this. We're gonna get to it as soon as Forrester tells me he has it. It's got to be a spoof. It's got to be fake. Brooks, can you, while we talk about it on the air like it's real, will you do any research and see if you can find out if it's real or not? This I don't believe it's real moment brought to you by Central State Bank.
That's real.
It is real, and it's spectacular.
Spectacular. Central State Bank. They don't just open accounts for you. They open relationships with you. Family-owned, community-focused, built on trust. For more than 100 years, Central State Bank has served Central Alabama, Shelby County, Tallapoosa County, counties like that in Central Alabama, with local decisions and personal service that feels like home. So whether you're starting a business, buying a car, or planning for tomorrow, Central State Bank with you every step of the way. Central State Bank, rooted in community, driven by relationships. Member FDIC.
Okay, so Kevin, one of our great viewers and listeners, Kevin, you text me back too if you're pulling my leg here. This can't be real. Or maybe it is. Technology is what it is. I won't get any Christmas gifts Santa's bringing our house, but there's something like this for my son that's coming, sort of. But Kevin has sent me this, that Alabama has these glasses that the receivers wear when they're practicing catching the ball that sort of disrupts their vision as they're catching the ball. This can't be real.
No, I could see this.
You could?
Yeah.
Show me the next picture of Holly. Do you have another picture of Holly?
Put a blindfold on them.
There's a look through them there, and it sort of splits your division, your eyesight there, and do you have the one?
So is this just like for catching balls in traffic? I mean,
yeah, just so you focus.
Ultra focus on.
Yeah,
did you know? Do these exist?
No, I mean I'm sure they do, but so when you play in a game, you don't have the glasses on. It's so much easier.
I'm sure somebody makes these because I've seen plenty of masks made to restrict your breathing while you're working out.
It's like a horse.
Your lungs get stronger.
Yeah, like a horse with blinders. You don't want that horse seeing the other horses. He's got to focus on the track. This makes you focus on the football. It's like on you ever go to a golf course, Jim, and the putting green's got the hole that's only the size of the golf ball.
Oh yeah, they've got that at Pine Tree.
Yeah, the hole that's only the size of the golf ball. So you putt in that practicing, and that way
is that tough to make?
Yeah, I mean, you got to hit it perfect. You got to hit it perfectly on line. There is
no. You feel good when you do it, though.
Oh yeah, like if you stick about 3 or 4 in a row, you're like, I am on today. But then when you get on the course, the hole looks like a freaking grapefruit. You know, it's massive compared to that. So that's the same principle.
Yeah, felt like. Yeah, well.
It's like the early Olympics when the United States, I think they went to Greece.
Right.
And the disc, the shot put, everything that the United States had practiced with was so much bigger. Okay. And so when they got over there, the disc was a lot lighter, the shot put, and they completely dominated.
Yeah. Was that when they were naked?
They might have been naked. I don't know.
I wonder when that quit, when somebody's like, we ought to put clothes on for this.
Yeah. Alabama Crimson Tide on YouTube. I'll give credit. Not affiliated with the University of Alabama.
If it weren't Holly Rowe, if this was just some rando, but I mean, Holly Rowe, I believe it.
Yeah, but could you not AI Holly Rowe?
You could, but who's going to say, hey, I want to trick these people into the Alabama receivers are wearing glasses? Well, who do we use? Let's use Holly Rowe.
When was the last time Holly Rowe was in Tuscaloosa?
Well, I don't
When was
know.
the last time you've been on Facebook? That's all Facebook is.
Holly Rowe's doing the game Saturday, so I'm sure she was in Tuscaloosa this week visiting with the coaches and doing interviews.
Yeah.
What kind of jacket she wears?
It's Heisman. It's a Heisman jacket. See, that adds even more credence. Like, you wouldn't put Holly Rowe in a Heisman jacket.
Do you think this is related to the lights?
No.
No, you don't wear it in the game.
Well, I know. I didn't know if it was like weighing out.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I've seen some. I mean, Lance is old guy from the Rams wore rec specs. So
Eric Dickers.
No, I mean, because I think that's the biggest load of crap ever. The lighting stuff. How many dimly lit high school football stadiums have you played in for 4 years?
Yeah, but I mean that's different. We're talking about Memorial Stadium in an SEC school that's got a ton of money.
I'd rather have dimly lit than lights right in my eyes. That's what Bernard was saying. Is the lights are in a place you don't normally play, so they hit your eyes.
Yeah, lighting used to be a problem in football stadiums. In fact, I think it was Charlie Finley tried to get him to paint a different color. That's really why the white stripe is on a football, though, in college, was to help the college receivers see the ball a little bit better. Here's the lights that we're talking about that Alabama plays at with Oklahoma. Interesting stuff. Okay, before we get to trash, our show being brought to you by our friends at Hemphill Services, heating, cooling, and plumbing since the 1950s.
Yeah, 205-229-2090. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954. For any plumbing, heating, cooling issue, home or business, you've got out there, call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Did you hurt your hand?
It's large. It's large. I was able to get the whole thing in my mouth, though.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
What's that talking about?
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. The weekend is just mere hours away. Football wall to wall. Pick up the delicious taste of Bud Light. We start first with Zootopia 2.
I still want to see this.
Tyler's seen it. You want to see it. I don't really care anything about seeing it, but
the first one was funny.
I've heard it's really good. Both my kids have seen it. Now, a scaly new character from Disney's Zootopia 2 has sparked an unexpected and potentially dangerous trend in China, with young fans buying real venomous snakes resembling the film's breakout reptile. This does seem like a problem.
Well, we've talked about this for years, how cartoons normalize otherwise dangerous animals.
Yes.
And you like the polar bear in the Coke commercials. Polar bears are apex predators. They want to kill you and eat you. Hippos are apex predators. They want to drag you to the bottom, drown you, and then eat you.
So,
but we make them dance in tutus and drink a Coca-Cola.
We've talked. I mean, to symbolize Satan, what was in the Garden of Eden?
Well, it was the snake in the Book of Genesis. Yes.
Now this is interesting. I saw this, and Jeeves, I don't know if you've seen it or any of you guys have seen it. They did an experiment with young kids with obviously non-poisonous snakes, where they just let the snakes out with the kids when they're playing with like building blocks and stuff, and kids just instinctively aren't scared of snakes, which is kind of crazy.
It is crazy until your mom and dad are like, "Oh, snake, get away from it," and then you get scared of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were just like touching the snake and stuff. It was weird.
So you're not.
Now it could have been AI. Could have been AI.
It might have been. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one that's not believing the glasses, so I don't believe anything now.
Now,
it's freaking Holly Rowe.
Those are some damn fangs on that
They
snake.
really are. That could get you.
The blue snake character here, Gary the Snake, has become a fan favorite following the film's release in late November, with some viewers attempting to buy the Indonesian pit viper that resemble the animated character. Now, the species known locally as the island bamboo pit viper, highly venomous.
Wow.
Now, one such fan, 21-year-old Ken Wei Ho, told CNN he purchased a pit viper just 2 days after seeing the film. Q, who already had experience keeping reptiles, and said the positive portrayal of Gary helped change public perceptions of snakes in China. This is not a good thing at all. Zootopia 2, massive success in China, becoming the country's highest grossing foreign animated film of all time. More than $503 million in ticket sales already.
Wow.
Globally, the movie has passed $1 billion at the box office. I would assume Jason Bateman's going to be leveraging for Zootopia 3.
Let's do it as quick as we can.
Following the film's release, Chinese state media reported a surge in online searches and rising prices for the Indonesian pit viper. Now, while raising the snake is not illegal under Chinese law, mailing live animals and dangerous items is prohibited. I don't know how you can sell these kind of snakes.
Have you seen the videos of the markets in different places in China?
Nope.
Oh, they've got like they call them wet markets.
So you can just go buy a snake.
Well, I suppose that's where they tried to sell us COVID started,
Right.
in the wet markets, yeah.
They had like snakes and pangolins and birds and bats, all in cages, just like sitting right next to each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's bad parenting you let your kid buy a bat, right?
Yes, absolutely. Not to mention the fact you can't keep a bat as a pet. It's going to fly away.
Would you rather have your 4-year-old boy have a bat or a drum kit?
Probably a bat.
Just tell him to keep it in the
Take
basement.
rabies over drums.
Have you heard those drum kits when kids play them? They are so freaking loud.
Have you seen rabies patients?
Now you get a shot for that.
Popular YouTuber Ross Creations is under investigation from the Florida State Attorney's Office after his video showing a homemade possum launcher sparked a little backlash online.
This looks like Pat McAfee. He's a possum. Why do we need a possum launcher?
Well, I'll tell you, on November 30th, Florida-based content creator and prankster Ross Creations posted a video to his Instagram profile showing off an invention that he crafted named the possum launcher. Now, the contraption is exactly what it sounds like. It was demonstrated firsthand in the viral video showing a wild American possum walking up to the trap, baited with food, stepping on a catapult, and getting launched several meters into the air. Can we see this?
So no, I had originally planned to pull the video,
Yeah.
and then I watched the video, and there's no way we can play it.
Why?
Because it's animal abuse.
Oh, well, it's a possum.
I thought it would be okay.
Yeah.
But no, that thing gets launched 50 feet.
Yeah, but I
and
mean,
then
here's the
hits
good news.
ground.
Critter hits the ground, according to this article, with an audible thud, walks away from the scene without much of a problem.
Oh yeah, he limps away.
Yeah.
But
Possums are far more ill-tempered than you would think.
I think what Tyler is saying, we don't want to get dinged by YouTube.
Yeah. We do have to walk a line there for some things.
Yeah, boy,
they'll get you.
No doubt. My God. How many deputies they got?
Too many.
A whole army of AIs.
Freaking ridiculous. So I actually knew this girl that lived across the street from me one of my years in Tuscaloosa. She actually dated Chipper Jones in high school, but her dad won the lottery not once, but twice. And I always thought that was very, very
what
interesting.
a story she's got. So she dated a future baseball Hall of Famer, and her old man won the lottery twice.
Yep.
Some would say she, in fact, won the lottery.
Yeah, and you wonder with some of these people that can win the lottery twice, like
if it's rigged.
Yeah. So there is a 24 trillion to one tale, a Welsh couple who defied astronomical odds to become millionaire winners not once but twice. Richard Davies, aged 49, and his wife Faye, 43, claimed their second life-changing sum from the United Kingdom's National Lottery on Tuesday after listening to a gut instinct telling them to ignore odds and go for it.
It's small country, smaller lottery.
Yeah.
Now, the lucky couple first hit the jackpot June of 2018 when their numbers drawn in the game of Euro Millions Millionaire Maker landed them a handsome $1.3 million. Even after that win, the pair continued to buy lottery tickets, nursing a hope that another scoop might be in the cards. Now, the first thing I did was initially judge this couple reading the article until I got to the end of it. I'm like, we always hear about lottery winners going broke, and you just assume they've got a gambling problem if you've already won it and you continue to buy tickets. This thing ends pretty good, though. Now, even after their win, they continue to buy and buy cards. Quote, when you match two numbers in the lotto draw, you automatically win a lucky dip for the next game. Davies, a hairdresser turned courier, explained, that's what happened to us. When we matched two numbers and won a free lucky dip, that put us in the next draw and so on until the winning draw. In their own Christmas miracle, the duo scooped up another $1 million, astonishing experts who estimate odds of the double win to be 1 in 24 trillion. Despite their wins, pair hasn't lost appetite for work. Davies said he will continue to work 7 days a week as a courier over Christmas, determined to deliver a lot of parcels ordered over the festive season. Meanwhile, his wife will carry on offering mental health to support her clients, even on Christmas Day.
I respect that.
But the couple will need to take some time to think as they've yet to decide how to spend their prize money. Quote, the first time around, we gifted people cars. We donated a minibus to the local rugby team, and we did our best to help friends and family. And they went on to say it was amazing to be able to make a difference, and we continue to do so with our next winnings.
You know, I'm a firm believer. Some would call it karma. I call it reaping what you sow. It sounds like they were very generous, and they reaped what they sowed. They were generous, and they won again. Now, I'm not saying that that's always going to happen, but I do believe in that principle.
Yeah.
Pay it forward.
Yeah, pay it forward, and look, I mean, it came back to them.
I was trying to win the lottery recently, and our friend Steve and Patty down at the Floribama pointed out to me, let's play the Florida lottery and not the mega.
Okay.
Because there were fewer people playing the
Right.
Florida lottery.
That's right.
So
But less money,
made
but
sense.
fewer people, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're not
we've
going
yet
to
to
win
win.
$1 billion,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you can
yeah.
win 3 or 4 million.
That's
and-
right. That's right. And we yet to win yet, but she was pointing out she's a math person. The math is better.
Yeah, smaller pool.
Have any of you guys seen the AI special it's not special, it's documentary on Netflix. I started watching it with Bill Gates, James Cameron's on there.
I have not, Lance. I've not seen that.
OpenAI, is that the big one?
That's the big company, yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys from OpenAI, because we got an AI story I'm about to get into, but he was talking about, is it Bing, the search engine?
Yeah.
When they were first developing Bing, like an AI turned on him like emotionally and started telling him that the AI was in love with him and he needed to leave his wife.
Wow.
It's pretty creepy, and this is where we're going with AI.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, every day we've got a new AI story.
Well,
Even my wife for one.
I would say I wouldn't fall for it, but like Saturday, just before you do the AI story, and I feel like some of the email spams now are AI. They do
sure.
AI stuff.
Yeah.
Because I got an email from my pastor, the head pastor at Maggie's church, or so I thought. But it was an email that said, "Hey, I need your help with some pastor gifts for the staff, and I'm really busy today. Can you help?" And
I'm gonna reach
my
out
guilt
to
of not always going to
Tulane.
church, Maggie was
Right.
out of town. I was like, yes, and in my head I was thinking to myself, crap, I've just now been sick. I got to go to the basketball game tonight. I want to play golf this afternoon, but I wrote him back instantly, or that person, that email, I wrote it back instantly. I got about an hour this morning. What do you need? And then it came back. I said, I just need gift cards for the staff from Target, or there was somebody else near the summit. I can't remember what the other was. And I was like, sure, no problem. And even he said, we'll give you the money back when you bring it by the church. And I said, sure, no problem. I'll run and get it. And then the next email said, okay, when you get them, just scratch it off and send me the number of the cards. And that's when I stopped.
That's
and
when you knew it, yeah.
Then I texted Mike and I was like, has your email been hacked? He's like, no, but it's a big scam that's going around.
For the scam, it's not going to help for you to bring the cards to the church.
Yeah. But when he said the old, send me the numbers, even me said, oh, wait a second.
Man,
here.
after the
but
Georgia,
I hear all that starts with an AI that generates all that.
Yeah, and I don't know if this one, you remember meeting a buddy of mine, and he was telling us about his mom. Eric Clapton's been reaching out.
Yeah.
Eric Clapton's in need of money.
Still,
And
she
his
was married
mom's
to him.
82, and
Yeah.
he's been flirting with her, and she's been sending money, and they're like, Mom, you can't send Eric Clapton any more money.
Yeah.
Like, enough's enough.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's AI driven or not. It might be.
No, but I think it is. That's how it's able to answer with such,
Crazy.
human realism.
So this one, scientists have unveiled a new brain implant designed to create a fast wireless link between the human brain and external computing systems that run artificial intelligence, a development researchers say could improve how AI interprets brain activity. Do we really want this?
Mark of the beast right here.
Now, the device developed by a team led at Columbia University is an ultra-thin chip that sits on the surface of the brain, records brain signals at a far higher data rate than existing brain-computer interfaces. Yes.
okay.
Now, instead of relying on implanted hardware, the system sends brain data wirelessly to external computers where AI software can analyze the signals in near real time. Now, according to the study published in the Nature Electronics and reported by Science Daily, December 9th of this year, key limitation of current brain implants is bandwidth. Many systems collect relatively small amounts of data, which restricts how effectively advanced software can decode brain activity. The new chip tackles that problem with thousands of tiny sensors on a surface thinner than a human hair. These sensors capture detailed brain signals and send them to external systems capable of running more complex decoding algorithms, including AI-based models.
This one here is all about golf, sex, dolphins, and food. I don't know. Take that one back.
Yeah, and not in that order for Brownie.
We don't need them studying our brain.
We don't. I think they're going to be very disappointed with mine.
Yeah.
Me too, but,
Mine's going to have that little bar of storage space. It's going to have be down here. You still have 577 gigs of storage space.
Jim, the colors are golf.
All right, that is Trash Today, brought to you by our friends at Alabama Power.
Yeah, Alabama Power wants to make sure you know what you're paying every single time you pay your bill. They don't want you to get hit by surprises and pay more than you think. So they got some great tools to help you. The Rate Advisor, which is like a matchmaker, but for your rate plan. Make sure you got that right rate plan. How about Bill Explainer? Explains your bill in plain language. And Energy Assistant, connecting customers with savings programs and financial resources when they need it most. Check out all three tools right now. AlabamaPower.com.
Okay, Jeff Allen of Alabama fame.
I know Jeff.
Is the guy who invented, and I think patented and created, the injury tent.
Yeah, the pop-up.
Yeah. Alabama was the first one. Yeah.
It was a Jeff Allen and Alabama creation. He had the idea because he didn't like working on the athletes out in the open. So the privacy tent.
I'm going to assume he didn't trademark it, or Jeff would not be working anymore.
He did.
Oh,
good for Jeff.
He and Alabama trademarked it, and if I remember the story right, when it happened, that it's an Alabama and Jeff Allen trademark.
And now they're
which
everywhere.
now makes me, now it's NIL. How is that not going to NIL? But
I don't know.
I guess you can only sell so many of those. Anyway, the glasses we showed you early, a Jeff Allen creation.
Jeff is a smart dude.
Yep. This is Holly Rowe talking with Jeff on her Instagram account. Jeff explaining his creation.
I mean, Ronnie Millsap did make his grabs look a little smoother than Holly's.
That is our show today. We're live from Norman tomorrow morning.
I can't see a thing.
Smoky Mountain Rain, take me home. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.